Hurry too, babe. Is Stephanie coming?
Yes, she's in the bathroom.
Oh. Is Mike here?
No, I didn't see him. Mikey!
I like gluten.
Love extra gluten.
Love the gluten.
Just like I like extra MSG. There she
Hey,
is.
Steph. Did Mike come down or no?
No, just me today.
He's slammed, ain't he?
He's been doing well.
He said, man, the weather broke and this shit went crazy.
Oh gosh, the other day it was nuts for him.
Yeah, we were down too.
Yeah.
He said, he goes, shit, everybody's down.
Yeah, he was literally on from 8 till about 4 in the morning. Straight.
Okay, sir.
Is that the famous
How are you, sir?
How do you do, Steph?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. How do you do? See you. Everything going good?
Yeah.
How's ugly Mikey?
He's doing anything and then he's good.
Yes, your date's being called ugly.
Did he ever have hair?
Yes, he did. Have you not seen our wedding picture?
No.
His hair was just long.
Show me a picture.
I'll have to pull one for you.
Bullshit. I can't
long.
imagine Mikey with
long,
hair.
long.
You know,
Yeah.
not since you
He had long hair.
Long hair.
I don't believe he had a wig, is what you said.
No.
What do I? It's brought to you by Centennial Show.
Plumb line, it's nice and cold.
I tell you, this
We're
weather
fixing
here
something here,
really
too.
switches.
What?
Weather was damn quick.
Dude, it was snowing when I was dropping my dog back off. It was snowing in Frankham like you couldn't believe, man.
I don't know why we got such hefty penalties.
That can't be right, man. I don't know what that shit is.
Where the fuck they are now?
The Troubleshooter.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Plumbline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Free second opinions. The reason I say that is with cold weather, you know, you're desperate. You might call someone and say, hey, what's wrong? And they say you need a furnace and you really don't need one. Plumbline will come to your house at no charge if you're told you need a water heater or a furnace or something. If you're told you need it, they want to take a look and they'll be honest. Of course, they want a shot at your business. And right now, if you get the furnace, it'll be free with the purchase of an air conditioner. Now, if you have a differential in age between air and furnace of more than 5 years, you really need to upgrade both. So if you need a furnace, you get it free with the purchase of an air conditioner. Now, this is no bull. You can just check it out for yourself. But here's the bottom line, and this is very important for you to know. You need to do your own checking. This is a consumer show, and we truly do help, information, and referrals. So you give us a call at 303-MARTINO 24/7, and people will attest, those who called us, will attest that we do get back to you, and we will call you back. We listen to each and every problem. So please leave a number, and you can just leave a brief message. You don't have to give the whole story. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. We also have, of course, when we're on the air, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Oh, by the way, PlumbLineServices.com, 303. This is Plumbline for free second opinions, 303-586-1086, or the free furnace with the purchase of an AC, 303-586-1086. Okay, so today we're talking, you know, we talk consumer stuff every day, and then we have a little emphasis on one thing or another. Today the emphasis is real estate. Now, that doesn't mean we have a one-topic show ever, but we have Frank Duran, the real estate man.com in. And Frank, thanks for being here. We also have Stephanie Thomas. And Stephanie is with Red Bow Realty in Colorado Springs. Frank is with Remax Alliance in the Denver metro area. So, guys, I ask this, and I will get to your calls, I promise, but I ask this each and every time. We get a pulse of the market. So first, Stephanie, Colorado Springs, the market, the same, more intense, a little less intense. What do you think?
I think we've seen a little bit of a slowdown, not any type of downturn.
Like a little tiny heartbeat?
Like a stabilization. I've had several conversations recently with appraisers, just checking in to see, you know, kind of what they're feeling as well. And they are seeing that. We are seeing a little bit longer days on market, and we are seeing things just start to stabilize. So all in all, it's still a really strong market, but kind of balancing. So good all around.
Okay. Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Good morning, Tom.
Yes, what do you think?
We are seeing more inventory this year than previous years. In fact, homes over $500,000 have seen a 33% decrease in values.
So over
from August to September this year.
Wait a minute. A 33% decrease?
33%, yeah.
No. Look, let's see what that actually means. So you're telling me that a home that was selling for $1 million is now selling for around $700,000?
Not necessarily there, but we're just talking in general the trends. That's what we find with the real estate trends.
So 33% is a hefty amount.
From August to September, we've seen a drop. Yeah,
that's massive. Only in the higher price.
Yeah,
homes.
In the higher price. That doesn't mean that that's going to stay that way. It could go back, but right now we're seeing more inventory in the market.
If you have a question about buying or selling, give us a call. 303-713-TALK. Now listen, I have done this several things in the past. This is important to know. And I want people to weigh in on this. I've had homes that I purchased, and they went way up in value. Way, way, way up. Okay? And I didn't sell. And then the market went way, way down. And I did not lose money on the house, but I definitely did not reap the harvest at the right time. I had one home in particular. Honest to God, this is years ago. I was stupid, okay? I called it stupid money. I was just heavily invested, and I made a lot of money. I lost it too, but this house I bought, true story, I built it for $495,000. I got the lot free because I put it into my development. So the lot was a zero basis, so I didn't really pay for it, but the lot at that time would have been worth $150,000. My basis in the house was $600,000 or under. I added to the house. I probably had hard cash into the house, $1 million. Over the years, I added a little barn, a big barn, and some other stuff. Over the years, it went up at its height to $3.8 million. This was when everything in Colorado was crazy. $3.8 million. When the recession came, it went down, down, down. It ended up at 1.2. It was sold for 1.2. Now, I knew it was jacked up because I knew I would never pay that 3.8 for that house. I wouldn't have paid 3 for that house because I was living in it, and I know I wouldn't pay what they say it's worth. So, should I have sold, kept the money somewhere, and then bought when it crashed? That's what everyone would love to do. But can you really time it that way? So right now, I'm sitting on some real estate, but this one particular piece of real estate, I am positive, in my opinion, is overpriced. Frank, you helped me acquire it. This condo, I think, in my opinion, is way overpriced. I think in a normal Colorado, maybe 700,000, maybe 800. I'm talking about, but will we ever see that normal again? What I'm asking is, how long do we sustain these values? Are people smart to sell and reap? Unless it's their dream home they want to stay in forever. Should they reap the money? I don't know if it was one of my guys, and maybe it was Mr. Green Jeans. And Mr. Green Jeans, I'm so sorry if I say this and it's not you, but you were talking, or one of you guys, maybe it was one of the guys said, I'm selling and I'm keeping the money in the bank, I'm going to rent or I'm going to wait and then buy something. Maybe that was smart. Do you reap now? I mean, I'm not talking about people with families that want to stay in a home. But someone like me, someone like Mark, someone like you. Well, not you. You kind of want to stay with the schools and stuff. But should we reap? And then, is there a correction coming or not? We don't know.
You know, that's a toughie, Tom, and I think it's an individual situation anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, of course.
But I think ultimately I've seen a lot of my sellers this last 6 months, especially the ones that are moving out of state,
Yes.
sell while they feel the market's high and then buy low in another state. I've seen a lot of that.
But can you sell and keep it here and then buy here? I just don't know. Frank, I just don't know if this particular piece you and I are talking about will ever sustain that value.
But you know the difference, though? People have put more skin in the games this last 7 years than when the market was deflated last time.
So they're not just going to walk. I know that. Yeah. Sandy, what's going on with you, Sandy? I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. What's happening?
Thank you for having me. And first off, I want to say to Frank, hello, Frank. I didn't know you were going to be on the show today. It's Sandy and Jim, and he's helped us sell my mother's house. He's a
wonderful man.
He is. He's helped us with my husband's mother's house, and that was a mess. And Frank's put a lot of hours in helping us with that, and he also helped us with the condo that he had nothing to do with.
I'm telling you, the guy, you know, he just blushes and stuff. He is a good guy. So
hi, Sandy.
What's going on with you? How can we help you, Sandy?
We have a 5-bay garage, a commercial unit, and we have an applicant, and he wants to sublease to other mechanics.
So he wants to lease all 5 bays from you and then manage a kind of business like a hair salon where they each lease their own little space. Well, you know, I mean, really, everything depends on the strength of that guy. In other words, what do you care about the subleases if this guy is strong enough to make up for any losses or damages?
Would that be insurance?
I was going to say there could be some insurance issues.
Well, first of all, you have to be clean. So what you have to make sure of is that you're insured as a landlord, and then you have to make sure you have enough security from this guy. So who cares what he does? Unless there is something inherently wrong with the subleasing, like the master plan in that community won't allow it or something like that. You know, it's not a bad plan for this guy. Now, does he want to do it on short-term basis? For example, a guy wants to rebuild his engine, he's going to rent a bay, or is he renting to small businesses?
I assumed it was other small businesses.
Well, you got to make sure, because short-term could be havoc, you know, but what are your reservations? You must have called for a reason. What would be your reservation?
Well, we have actually leased to businesses, and without our permission, they have subleased out. And usually the subleasees do not take care of the building. They don't follow the rules of where the parking is. Well,
of course not. That's why the strength of the leaseor or the leasee is the one. That's what you have to count on, because he has to be the one responsible. And if he's responsible and you can take it out of his hide and successfully do it, then you don't have anything to worry about. That's really between you and your leasee. If you like this guy, if this guy's got money, if this guy can back it up, you have the adequate insurance, then let him worry about them. And always make it, ultimately, what I would do is have it required that the leasee agrees and acknowledges they have seen the master lease and agree to those terms too. So therefore, if they don't park right, and they said, this guy said we could do this or we could do that, and the master lease says otherwise, you're in control. Now, of course, you need legal advice to draw all this up, but I am saying I have no problems with businesses, or let's just say tenants, who want to sublease. In and of itself, I have no problem. If you have a specific question, fine. Otherwise, I'm going to move on. I think that's fine. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair is doing something that, quite frankly, is unheard of. If they suspect you have a transmission problem, or you do, by the way, they give 1 hour of free diagnostics with any auto repair, because they do more than transmissions. But if they suspect you have a transmission problem, and you want to get it fixed, you know, within reason, you're not obligated. You're not obligated. They're going to tear apart the transmission to give you an estimate with no obligation whatsoever. Free. Did you just hear me? Free. They will tear apart the transmission and give you an estimate. Now, let's figure it out. If you want to get it fixed, you get it fixed. If you don't want to get it fixed, they'll let you take it somewhere else. They'll pack up the parts, and you can take it somewhere else. Or you can junk the car if it's not worth it. Of course, if you just want it put back together, that wouldn't make sense, because either you get it fixed, right? It's not going to be cheaper. It's already apart. Or you take it somewhere else to get it fixed. But if for some reason you just want to put back together, they will negotiate a minimal cost for that, okay? But remember, most of the time, you want to get it fixed. You're going to have it torn down free. You're going to save no matter what. 303-781-9858. Budget A1 transmission and auto repair on Santa Fe just south of Dartmouth. 303-781-9858.
So this is from BMAR. This report is brought to you by studying this all the time. So what they're saying is anything over 500,000 is dropped from August to September to 3%. But it's still high from last year.
No. The homes on the market.
No, that's what I mean, per percentage.
But the house values have not dropped 30%.
No, right, but I'm talking inventories.
But I totally misunderstood you, Frank. I got to clarify that. Houses did not go down.
Right.
The amount of houses went down. So I want to keep that so I can refer to it, and I'll give it back to you. I got to really clarify that. Yeah.
Tom, we're letting a girl call in to just do a little plug for this parent-tween connection. It's about keeping kids safe.
Why are we doing this? I like Rob Unger. I know
yeah,
Rob very well.
I thought it was just good cause. I didn't know you knew him. He's a speaker.
Well.
He's going to be one of the speakers at this
Well, I wonder why.
expo.
I wonder why. I didn't know he had any special.
And it's,
you know how I know Rob?
Is this the tween?
Yeah. Here's what I've got. They reached out to us.
Oh, they probably reached out because of Rob. Rob Unger invested $8,000. No, Unger, not 8. Rob invested 30-something.
I think over here, though, it's just kind of, you
might have had it
all.
But our median price
He made
was just
millions.
But you put condos like
He actually made
24
more
hours. That's saving the week.
He actually,
which is still quick. But
It's about keeping kids safe. It's for parents and teens. It's this Saturday and $10 a ticket. So I thought we would let her come on and just chat, do a quick chat on it.
Yeah, but can we do it?
That's single family right there.
Are we going to pack it in this hour?
Well, I told her she's going to have to hold, and she was going to call about 10:45, so it's going to do a little later if that's fine.
Okay, 10:45 is fine.
And that's just for single family. Condos, you get 306, 514.
Okay, I'll let her know that, and I'll tell her she might have to hold. She was fine. It's going to be bad.
Why did so many houses come on the market?
You know what, I think bad.
I think people.
Mark, have you been following this hurricane stuff?
I think interest rates rising up has less buyers in the marketplace right now.
I'm watching it right here. I'm
Your buyers try to negotiate.
I'm watching it.
Oh, yeah, because
after they feel that the
we're
market, after they feel
It
like
looks
this,
really bad.
I saw a lot of sellers reduce price real quick.
On our buyers, we're having an easier time negotiating for them on the price because there's not as much demand. And suddenly, the house is no longer a scarce resource. They understand there's not 5 other offers behind us. So, you know, you can negotiate that. And they're sitting on the market longer, which tells us, okay,
Mark,
we have better
every single
opportunities.
time, every single time we've heard of these storms, they always go down and are less than what they say.
Except for Katrina.
Katrina was
And that's why I think they do it, Tom, because they'd rather.
Katrina was crazy,
They
man.
got so much bad.
Remember everything, like, right after the storm hit, they were like, oh, okay, everything, it looks like everything's okay. And one of those levees broke. And it just went.
This time around, because last time,
Man, people died going
The mayor of New Orleans is the person that should have been the brunt versus the federal.
If you want to
No,
put it in my IM or
old
something,
Brownie
there's
sat
no phone
there.
number
No,
for
I
me
didn't.
for me to call. Mary, the 82-year-old.
Yeah, where is it?
I don't know, who do we blame?
You ever, mine's for Denver.
Not me, I know.
Here,
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, I give you mine.
forget my reports.
Really that helps you out there.
Clint should be here soon.
No, I wish I was here. I would put something like that.
Clint.
320-1689.
303-320-1689. She needs coats and boots for 2 15-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Who does?
Man.
Who does?
This lady
Call her
called
this grandma or something. She's 82-year-old
taking
woman.
care of her grandkids.
Taking care of her grandkids. Coats and boots for her 2 15-year-old girls.
That's gonna be easy. I mean, I'm gonna do that.
I know.
But they want Gucci?
Of course. She didn't even say if she wants the codes, the money. She says the codes, she didn't say money. But I think we need to do that as far as the homeless. We just give them. They need to be able to store stuff besides their.
That's why there's so much homeless in Hawaii, man. None of this shit ever happens, bro. Or even California, for that matter, for the most part.
Well, Hawaii especially. I mean, you probably sleep outside all year long without having any issues.
Oh, easily. I think they said all year long it goes between 80 and 84. That's like the swing. Can you imagine?
And you got free chickens, free cats.
Everywhere. No kidding. Cats. What's up, Clint?
I love a good cat.
Hi, I'm Tom Martin.
Tino, your troubleshooter, and I'm so happy to tell you about Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Every time I look at my kids, I'm reminded of what a great deal it is. I'm paying $280 a month. Now, that's for 2 kids, $140 each. This is not a special deal, by the way. Dr. Kent Lawson, Aurora Orthodontics, TMJ, he does this, where they wear mouthpieces at night. They're gradually straightening their teeth and widening their palates. When it's time for braces, they will. I don't think my daughter will need them at all. My son may need them for a few months. It speeds up orthodontics by spreading out the other parts that are non-invasive. Instead of surgeries and extractions, they do this widening of the palate over a few years, and then when it's time for braces, you save a ton of money. The overall program saves you a ton of money, plus it's better because it straightens the jaw, it keeps them from sleep apneas and also TMJ and other problems. It's Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ for, now this is for kids, so it's called the New Early Orthodontics, NEO. But they also have a version they do for adults, which only takes 2 years. To find out about all of them, you can call New Early Orthodontics down here in Lone Tree, 303-690-0400. 303-690-0400. NewEarlyOrthodontics.com. Okay, now, we mentioned something about 33% values going down. I misunderstood Frank. He said there's been a decrease of 33% in houses $500,000 or more. He was saying the listings, there are 33% fewer listings in that category of $500,000 or more. He's not saying values went down 33%. By goodness, that would be a recession. So right now, he is seeing way less homes in those higher prices being listed. Way less homes. Frank, is that because there are fewer homes? People are staying put? Or why? I think people are holding them off the market maybe. Because, what do you think?
I think there's some of that. I also think that the values have gone up so high, some people's incomes cannot keep up with the rising prices. Interest rates have gone up a little bit, which I think is keeping some buyers out of the market as well.
Yeah, I think that is a softer market, 500 and above. And I think they stay on the market longer, and I think people are holding them off the market because they don't want to sit on them. It's a weakness when they sit on the market too long. Okay. Sandy does have a specific question. She had asked earlier, as a landlord, what about renting to a guy, this big commercial space, who wants to sublease to other mechanics? I said, as long as the renter, your leasee, is strong, that's what counts. But what do you need to know now, Sandy?
Well, I have some questions on insurance liability. Who would be responsible if there was damage to the building?
Well, that's what you have to ask your insurance company. But here's what I'm going to tell you in general. You can have a landlord's policy that will cover you, so ultimately you will be covered under certain underwriting guidelines. But some policies will exclude things done by tenants. Some won't. Or some will say they will cover anything the underlying insurance doesn't cover, so long as they have a certain minimum. So you have to really just find the policy right for you. And you know how easy it is for me? I would simply go to Compass Insurance Group. I mean, that's really what I would do. I would simply let them handle it and not worry about it.
Well, then I have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
When he has the subleasers come in, it doesn't say that I have to check them, but we won't have criminal checks on them.
That's right.
I don't.
Unless
you know,
you listen, if you put in your lease, you gotta have this worded right. If you put in your lease something about you having ultimate control to approve them, then there would be a two-step process. He finds them, and you approve them. You can do that. You can do anything you want. I mean, it's open for negotiation, but you have to word it properly. So you need someone in this business, an attorney who deals with real estate or with management, or even a good management company could help you do it. A management company may have an attorney on staff or someone, but it's not overly complicated. It really is not overly complicated.
It's more complicated for the main guy, and I'll tell you why. Because most of the time a garage is going to have garage keeper's insurance. So that's not going to umbrella under different people, although there might be a product like that. But long as she can be made whole by the main guy, like you're saying, I don't see any issue in it either.
No, so it's going to be the main guy you're leasing to plus your insurance. And Compass Insurance Group will answer every single question. They do all kinds of commercial lines of insurance. I don't mean to just pass you off, Sandy, but truly they do. And in fact, if you're trying to save yourself from making all kinds of phone calls, I don't mind getting them on right now. If you want to hang, we can ask them a specific question if you want. Do you want us to do that?
Sure.
All right, hold on. We'll get them on. Brandon, Suzanne, Compass Insurance. Let's just get him on about commercial. We want to talk about commercial lines when it comes to subcontracting or subleasing. Hey, Brandon, welcome. Premium Duct Cleaners. Here's what happened, people. This guy was on Groupon, and he clearly had an offer that was, in my opinion, spelled out. There might have been a little hazy detail here and there, but this woman bought a package, and it was not what she thought she bought. She thought she bought more of a premium package, and he explained she didn't. She called us. The way this guy handled the problem just really impressed us. He said, you know what? She didn't buy it. Here's why. But who cares? We're gonna make her happy. I mean, that's basically what you did, Brandon.
That's right.
And so we were impressed with you, and
thank you.
And I'm serious about it. Wanted to talk to you about the business anyway.
Sure.
So how did Groupon work for you? Other business people probably want to hear this. How is Groupon working?
Groupon, when I first moved to Colorado 4.5 years ago, Groupon was really good. But, you do good quality work, and the clients start referring you out.
Good.
More referrals as of now. So
that's
Groupon
good to know. Good.
A small percentage, yep.
All right. So when it comes to duct cleaning, what kind of do you do individual registers, or do you do one big vac? What do you do?
So we do both of those. So basically we'll hook up a big vacuuming system that's all HEPA filtered, hook it up to the main line of the furnace. And then we'll start at the very top floor. First we'll vacuum with a small vacuum, and then we'll run this high-pressured whip, and it has an octopus head on it, and it's controlled by a big commercialized air compressor. So we blast from that vent all the way down to that big vacuum. So as that vacuum's stuffing, we blast.
I get it. That's cool.
Yep, and then we spray down the...
do you have an antimicrobial?
Yep, all natural products. We use all natural products, and it's antimicrobial for sure.
How often do you think people need to do this?
The way we clean, we do a deep, thorough cleaning every 3 to 4 years. Some of the companies in Colorado only go down 3 foot each vent, so you have to do it more often.
And were you in the business in another state and then came here for, did you say four years?
And Florida.
Oh.
I'm from South Florida.
Okay. They don't have ducts, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for air conditioning, of course they do. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No heaters.
Right. So listen, Brandon, do you have any specials running? Because as I said, we thought you got, I mean, whenever we get a business that answers and does things right, we figure, you know what, there's something here. So do you have any specials you want to talk about?
Absolutely. For your listeners, what we're doing is all the supply vents, one return, one main line, free of charge. We knock down on the motor and blower cleaning. We knock down on the sanitization. We throw in dryer vent and vent treatment at no charge. So it's typically about half price.
Okay. So typically you will tell them what it will normally cost, And
Correct.
right now, it's right around half price, maybe a little here or there. You're saying you're going to throw a lot of the stuff in free. So what they really need to do is call for details. But you're saying they're not going to get it done cheaper than now.
No way.
Okay. So
Not if it's done correctly.
all right. I'm going to give your number out, all right?
You are awesome. Thank
all right.
you.
Why don't you give it to us right now? Give it to us, because I don't have it in front of me.
Yep, my cellular phone number is 303.
No, wait, you want to give your cell phone out for this?
Yeah,
all right.
My office and my cell phone all referred to
all
me.
right, so people, listen, 50% off normal in most cases, but he'll tell you exactly what it normally will cost. You can compare that all you want, and then he's going to knock it off. Okay, so it's 303.
618.
618.
1073.
1073. So that is 303 618 1073. If you have not had ducts done in 3 years, or you moved into a place, even if it's a brand spanking new house, especially, you need it done. George Donaldson over at Fix It 24/7 told me that you can knock 30% of the life of your furnace off moving into a new home if they have had that furnace in that house during construction and drywall, which many of them do. So think about this. You fire up that furnace, that stuff gets ingested in there and stays there. He said dirt is the number one thing, the number one killer of furnaces and AC. So I want to tell you this again. It's Premium Duct Cleaners, Brandon. He's doing this special. Up to 50% off. 303 618 1073 for duct cleaning and supply lines and registers. 303 618 1073. That's up to 50% off. Now, speaking of Fix It 24/7, George says the dirt, that's the number one problem. And they have this special that they can't do now. They're so slammed, they can't do it. But they have this clean and check special that when they do it, you better take advantage of it. And I will let you know. But right now, I will tell you that you can get a tech to your home for $39. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains to find a problem. So if you have a problem, you want to dictate the cost, it's $39. Then if they find the problem and you want to have the work done, they'll credit that $39. It's that easy. Fix It 24/7. And it's fixmyhome.com or 720-526-3939.
This guy over here has kind of his referral list thing.
Team Logan?
Yeah, Jay Logan, yeah. Okay.
Why? Okay, Eric says, please send over the entire notice when you can. You will probably get one for consumers first. These notices get generated whenever an entity did not file an extension back March and April. I always thought it was an automatic extension.
I don't know. I mean, they call it automatic, meaning that, but you do have to file it.
It's on Team Logan. Inexperienced employee, total mistake.
He says he writes them a letter.
Profusely apologize.
See,
So they're going to send them back every
Yeah, they're sending it.
I just think Mallory should do this.
Well, look, Mark, let's talk about that later.
Okay.
Update on the roof.
I mean, I have no problem with new entities and stuff. That trade I have with the Troubleshooter Network, he's pretty familiar with it, 100 times and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't mind looking at everything, but especially the new stuff. I don't, for sure. But let's look at everything. I need to go and meet with them.
Yeah. No, you'll love them. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Okay.
No one doesn't.
Okay. You know what?
I've never met anybody that doesn't love them.
Here's the deal. I'm all about being aggressive.
He's upstate New York. He's one of us. Seriously.
Update on the roof thing yesterday.
Hey, wait. Update on the oxygen. Did we get an oxygen thing? Look at this. Look at this, Thomas. Look at this.
It just needs to be filled, right?
What is it?
Let me see it.
Portable oxygen.
Is
Where
it
did you get it?
Lady
Northwest,
donated it.
picked up from a lady in Northwest.
You got that for the man?
Yeah.
Is it
That's
just a
great,
tank?
Clint.
It's a tank.
Let's get the guy on. This
Wait,
is wonderful.
is it a tank or is it an oxygenator?
It's a concentrator.
Okay,
It's not a concentrator, no. The concentrators are a couple
So you
grand.
can go to the Broncos game now. Can he keep it?
Oh, yeah, it's his to keep. He
Was
has
it
to
a dead
fill.
person's?
Yep.
I know there's a bunch of those oxygenators sitting around. Because you can't even bring this on a plane, can you? Or can you?
I would doubt it. I doubt it.
Good job. That's a good update right there. Let's take a picture of this.
Suzanne wanted to have him come in and pick it up and get pictures of him downstairs.
Oh, that's a great idea. When?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't asked her.
No, but we can talk about the update right now.
I ran all the way down to
Just to verify, Plumline, hi Clint, Plumline doesn't do air ducts, do they? They don't do air duct cleaning. And take a look. Okay, because that singular throw list member, and I want to get him in, and I thought that might be a good fit. Put him in.
Suzanne, there's your oxygen.
Same with.
Yay, he was going to drive up with the cancer patient and us give it to him. So.
Let's take a picture of it.
But let me call Vaughn real quick.
Just snap one and email it to yourself. Mine's got the hurricane on. I don't want to change it.
You see that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Every time I go to this vet now, God, it's so sad. So I'm in there. My dog's just getting, my Doberman's like so old. I'm looking at this age thing. It says in human years. So I find her weight. She's between 50 and 60 pounds. She's like 53. Perfect shape. I mean, perfect shape for a Doberman. Lean, mean, good. And I look down in dog years. She's 15. And then it equates it to human years. She's 94. I'm like, son of a bitch, that is old. So I go back out, and as I'm cashing out, the last 4 or 5 times I've been there with either dog or cat for that matter, this guy's standing there. He just looks miserable, and the lady looks up and goes, not anesthesia, what do you call it?
Euthanasia.
Euthanasia. She goes, you owe $125 for the euthanasia, and then the ashes will be another $30 or whatever it was. And you can just, it's just every single time. And then I always see people leaving this place now, coming out, you know, with a leash in hand, no animal, both of them crying, and I'm going, oh shit, I'm going to be one of these guys, like, real soon here with one of my dogs.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
God, my son just got a gorgeous Doberman.
I won't get another. I've always had Dobies. I won't get another Dobie.
Won't you?
They're too itchy in this state. Oh. They're just too damn itchy. She's on thyroid. Every Doberman I've had has been on thyroid. That's like normal. And then the dry weather is not good for their skin.
You know, they had a hard time getting the ears done.
Did you get a picture of it?
You know how the ears are shaped now?
We got a little Yorkie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got mine done at Rocky Ford.
How long have you had a Yorkie? They're a pain in the ass.
I know. We've had them for a couple of years.
They're tiny.
I like them, but they hate all.
They won't sit still.
They can last 20.
Is yours housebroken?
Yeah, thank God.
I think so.
Finally. Well, that's true.
They're like, yeah.
All right, I have a letter here. Tom, I sent this email to Dan Kellums at Peak Vitality because I received stem cell therapy and I got nothing, no results. He tells me that he got away from Stem Cell Institute of America at your recommendation. He says that, I found him, though, at one of their seminars. Now, he claims that the product that was injected in my knee was a company called Predictive, and the product was something called Quartzite Wharton's Jelly. He's claiming that the frozen product contains millions of live stem cells. And by the way, this is Peak Vitality, Dan Kellums. Do not go there, in my opinion. Do not. This is not a good letter. This is a letter from a pissed-off consumer. And he says, however, live stem cells like this don't work on everyone. Well, it's true. Living stem cells don't work on everyone. But Dan Kellums is not using real stem cells. He's not a doctor. And Peak Vitality should not be doing this, calling it living stem cell therapy. You know, Dan is a well-meaning guy. He's not a bad guy, Dan Kellums. But this whole area of medicine sucks. He says, I waited 9 full months. Finally, you know what he did? He went to another clinic, and they took out bone marrow, got the living stem cells from there, and he's finally getting results. You see that? That's what you must harvest, living stem cells, in order to do it. That's what Centeno Schultz does. Now, I don't want to mislead you. The guy that wrote to me did not go to Centeno Schultz. He went to another MD. But the point is that Centeno Schultz does it correctly. Stem Cell Institute of America does not. Dan Kellums at Peak Vitality does not. This guy that challenged me from Castle Rock does not. I have to get back to him. I will say he was honest enough to come on the air and completely, he was open and honest about the cord blood he uses. He claims he has living stem cells as well. But I will tell you, Dr. Chris Centeno has been doing this from the beginning. From the beginning, he'll tell you there is no living stem cells in that. Do you know why I know that? Because if you try to manipulate living stem cells outside of the body to ship them, it will be illegal. So if they're shipping fluids in, you automatically assume no living stem cells. I mean, 1 or 2 by mistake, but you don't get the millions you need. Here's Centeno Schultz. Go to their seminar and educate yourself. You got one tomorrow night in Broomfield. You have another one on the 17th in Lone Tree. Find out more or just schedule an appointment for an evaluation for painful joints, arthritis, shoulders, elbows, knees, ACL. They can actually correct ACL tears with a needle instead of a knife. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Just remember Centeno Schultz. Okay, so we had a question about this subleasing thing. And Sandy wanted to know, if I rent out a 5-bay garage to a guy, and he rents out the bays to other people, other mechanics, what's my liability here? Can I insure for that? Well, in general, you can insure for anything, I think. But Sandy wants to protect herself. She wants to make sure she's protected. And I said also, it's the strength of the leasee that counts, because you have to go after that main leasee. And you can put in your agreement that you want control and final approval for all of the subleases. You can do that.
The main leasee, this is a new business, and he's young. He's worked for himself, as I understand.
Yeah, he doesn't have any substance. You can't insure for dishonesty. You can't insure for incompetence. You can't. So let's talk to Brian Burns at Compass Insurance Group. Okay, Brian, you don't insure for stupidity and incompetence and lack of experience, but she can insure for certain things. If she wants to be a landlord to a guy that is taking subleases, can she get some kind of insurance that will cover her?
Yeah, what she would want to do, first of all, as you know, the leases most of the time, well, I shouldn't even say that, but many leases don't allow for subleases because the landlord doesn't like to lose the control of who is going to be in that building.
Right, but she can do anything she wants.
But she can choose to do that. That's exactly right. If she's going to do that, she needs to communicate with her insurance company, because she should have a policy as a landlord. It's a leaseholder agreement, a policy that's going to cover her building if something happens.
Right.
However, she's going to want to communicate to her insurance company who the tenants are. So if the guy does get subleases, she's going to want to communicate it, because it could change the rating of the building depending on what who is inside of that building, who the actual tenants are.
Okay, and what kind of insurance can she cover her? Let me let her ask you, Sandy. You had some very specific concerns. What are they?
A constant turnover, that kind of thing where you hire one subleasing, he stays for a while, and then he's gone, and you have another one. And
but what do you care if the other guy's paying you?
I worry about who's in there and what they're doing and them following the lease.
But what questions did you have? You said you wanted to talk to the insurance people directly. What would you ask them?
Okay, I am not sure if the subleasees are going to be doing work for the main leasee, or they're doing work for themselves like a separate business.
It wouldn't matter. It's the same. Well, it wouldn't matter as far as you're concerned.
Wouldn't I need liability insurance on each one of them then?
Well, here's
you can't get liability insurance on them anyway.
Right.
Wouldn't they need to give me liability insurance?
Now that's a different question. You just asked, do you need liability insurance? You can't buy liability insurance on other people in this case. But would you need liability? Well, that's a good question. Yeah. Is there a such thing, Brian, as those guys indemnifying her in an insurance contract?
Of course. So what you would want to, and see, but here's the problem is when you are allowing subleasing, you're losing some of the control to know who's going to be there. But what I would do if I was you, I would require that every single tenant, whether they're subleasing or leasing, directly from you, they need to name you as an additional insured on their policy. And
Good.
It's a very common practice.
And in fact, Sandy, they may not even get insurance to begin with unless you put a clause in there. So here's what you do. You see an attorney to write all this up, but what you want is you want a lease that you get final approval of the other leasee, the subleasee, and the subleasee and the leasee must have liability insurance. You must specify the minimums and then have them name you as an additional insured.
Right.
And that's very complicated, right, Sandy?
That's a lot of extra work.
Well,
but,
it is. It is. Mark, what were you going to say?
Brian, how would garage keepers work in this circumstance? I mean, if one of them had garage keepers, let's say the main guy, and then one of his subleasees, burns a car down and it takes out everybody else's cars that they're working on, I mean, how the hell would that work?
Well, once again, if there's a sublease that is involved, you would be requiring that they also have some kind of insurance that would help the liability portion.
As long as everyone knows the situation and there's nothing hidden, you can buy the insurance. But Sandy, we can't sit there and write it for you, okay? Go see Compass Insurance. They can help with the insurance component. And then go see an attorney to write up a lease or get a lease get another situation, another landlord who has a similar situation, and have them share with you how they do it, and then see an attorney to customize it. We've been talking about health and stem cells. Let's talk about BioT. I love BioT and me. BioT is pellet therapy for testosterone and estrogen. They also have it for thyroid, but not pellets. But they do thyroid as part of the BioT program if you need it. It's for men and women. I urge you to get checked and to optimize your hormones with BioT. Of course, Revitalized Health, the three brothers with the clinic out at 470 and Ken Carl, they do more than just BioT. They do Juvederm, Botox, collagen. They do Kybella. They have a needling process that is a permanent solution to filling your face. In other words, if you want more volume in your face and you get sunk in with age, they can actually stimulate your own collagen growth. It's a great program because it's not a filler. It's your own collagen. Why don't you go see them? Or first find out about them, 720-361-2302. Now, here's a website that I love, reflecting the family atmosphere there. TheHormoneBros.com or just HormoneBros.com.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Winter has definitely returned to the High Country Drive. Got chain laws in effect on along westbound I-70 up at Vale Pass. Also just getting word of chain laws in effect on US 6 over Loveland Pass as well. So an icy and dicey drive up in the mountains. Give yourself plenty of time and be careful out there. Back in the metro area, the drive across town is actually in pretty good shape. No delays at all on I-25 through the heart of the city. I-70 wide open from Arvada all the way out to Pena Boulevard as well. Trouble-free on the Turnpike. No delays on 270 in Commerce City. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be a rain, snow, fog mix for the rest of today with a high of only 40. Right now, freezing drizzle and 31 with your traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
From a massive cactus falling on a home to a deer dancing on a car's hood, we've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Take AIM. Affordable Interest Mortgage has been offering the Asset Manager All-in-One for over 11 years. We are experienced in helping homeowners pay thousands less in interest on their mortgage, own their home faster, all without spending one dime more. 720-895-0500. Take AIM, where we have hundreds of clients that have been using this loan to build their equity faster, to have access to emergency funds when necessary, and pay off their home in 8 to 13 years versus 25 to 30. People initially believe that this loan is too good to be true, but it is true. Ask our previous clients. They will tell you it works. Call 720-895-0500 now to see if you qualify. Loans from $100,000 to $2.5 million, same rate. Why continue to pay so much interest? Keep more of your money. Call 720-895-0500 and start saving. Homeowners have been using this loan since 1965. Affordable Interest Mortgage, where it's all about you. 720-895-0500. Affordable Interest Mortgage, and talk to the experts. Regulated by DOR, NMLS 298191, Equal Credit Lender.
Sheridan Auto Tech. Good people. And isn't that what you really want in an auto repair shop? So you get what you need when you need it, and you get it done right. Kevin Calkin, the owner, is honorable and will never sell you anything you don't need. He has thousands of loyal customers, been in business more than 20 years. 303-455-7242. Or visit him in 2 convenient locations. In Lakewood on Colfax just west of Wadsworth, or in Aurora on Havana just south of 6th Avenue. Sheridan Auto Tech.
IT orchestration stories from CDW. A financial trading firm had an aging IT infrastructure, which meant dated servers, decreased efficiency, and lost revenue. So CDW orchestrated an IT infrastructure modernization solution using HPE servers. HPE offers a comprehensive portfolio of servers delivering data center efficiency across diverse workloads and applications. Modernization by HPE, IT orchestration by CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPE. CDW, people who get it.
For a limited time, get a free furnace with the purchase of an AC system. No gimmicks. A real deal from Plumline Services. But it won't last long. Special no-interest financing. A 10-year...
Tell them like 2:30.
2:30?
Well, I mean, whatever works, but...
Of this. So it's that, but it's okay.
I already know how I'm going to sell
We have
it.
re-audited just because here's why. Right now, the actual value of the system is 48.
But we catch things because she forgets what she did yesterday. It's a lot of little stuff, but she'll completely
At
be
150.
That's a good thing. Thank
Yeah.
God. Short-term
If you
memory
think
stuff.
about
Either
No, I get it.
Yeah, okay. So,
I know how to package it to where he'll be happy.
Time, so one
And it'll
times
add
25,
then I got
he's on,
twice
well, that's
That's
750. Yeah, but okay, we gotta create the value there.
Yeah.
We gotta create the value.
I think if we do even 2 spots a month for them, what I was thinking is the day after they clean either our place, let's just use our place, Suzanne might even talk about it.
What was the bid?
They poisoned it out.
But it was really good, actually. $140. And we're, our house is 6,000 square feet.
How much? $140?
Yeah.
You know, all at once, but now we're done. You know, it comes in 3. She just said, "Shut me." We're done. Thank God.
Yeah, but this I think will be beneficial for him, since he was hemming and hawing a little bit. I think this will be very beneficial
And
for
by the way,
him.
that hemming and hawing was when I was going through that.
Yeah, I got you.
Into trouble. That's why I didn't push it about my condo.
And that condo is a hell of a lot bigger. Oh, yeah.
But what I didn't want to get into though is me losing out. But at the same time, I really don't eat every week at all.
Over there.
No, I don't think so either. I kind of thought that last.
No, I got a perfect thing. And here's the thing, it's going to benefit him. There's no way it's not going to benefit him massively.
Or, and you might want to say, and we're,
happy with that.
you guys are willing to pay something anyway. In other words, you're going to find something anyway.
I'm going to end up buying spots. That's what I'm saying. But it's still going to be beneficial for me and more for him. I understand.
Hi, Tom Martino
Here, Icon Eye Care. Icon Eye Care for your eyes, eye health. Now, when I say that, a lot of people think LASIK right away. Nothing wrong with that. LASIK is a wonderful treatment, and it'll work. If you're young, it'll work better. If you're older, your eyes age anyway. But here's what I push. Yeah, I do, with Icon. Now, I am a believer in this, and I did this before they were a sponsor. In fact, it's because I did this, they became a sponsor. I said, you guys have to really tell people about this. You see, people used to go and get cataract surgery, and in cataract surgery, you get new lenses. But you used to have to pick near or far. And most people picked far and would wear readers. Now they have permanent lenses that focus. So you don't have to pick near or far. You don't have to have that dreadful monovision. Get new lenses without cataracts. You can get them at age 40. You can get them whenever you want. I have them, and I'll never get cataracts, and I'll never need glasses, and I'll always have perfect vision. Is that too good to be true? Yeah, it is. It's permanent. Okay? LASIK's not permanent. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not permanent. So, Clear Lens Exchange is what it's called at Icon. Find out about it. IconEyeCare.com. 866-GOT-ICON. 866-GOT-ICON. Let's keep going. I'll help you with anything you have. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Mary. Mary, what's going on with you, Mary?
Well, I was calling about getting a phone number to get some coats and boots for my 2 grandkids. They just moved in from Texas, and I'm 83 years old. I'm going to have to take care of them.
Now, Mary, why are you taking care of them?
Because their mother, one of her mother's in jail.
Now, wait a minute. This is not, you're not the one we talked to the other day, are you?
No,
Is this amazing to me how many wonderful grandmothers there are?
You know, Suzanne and I are going to hit Walmart. Get it sizes. We'll just handle this one. Let's not even put it out.
But Mary, but I would like to talk about this wonderful woman. Mary, we're going to help you, okay? Hold on. Just hold on. We'll get Mary on after the break. And speaking of kids, we're going to talk about a parent-tween connection expo. What the heck is that? We're going to tell you about it. It's called Parent Tween. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, including our real estate brokers. I'm Tom Martino.
I didn't quite hear what she said. You choose for them?
2 sets of
Well,
boots and coats.
this poor woman, what a wonderful lady.
That shit's so cheap, too.
Yeah, I know. We'll help her, but I do want to talk about it.
Frank, we always do Seinfeld trivia.
You know, Frank, I'm sorry that I didn't get back to you about that house.
What
That's what he said. Oh, Tom, I don't want to.
What does?
No, Tom, don't matter. When you need us, we just jump on. I know, but I thought it sounded cool to me, man. It had a guest house and everything.
Did it go quick or what?
It didn't go at all. It's beautiful. It's giant with a guest house.
Oh, someone put the kibosh on it.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is, I pay near $30,000 sitting on a paid-off condo.
Yeah, I know.
Just because of my fees and taxes.
HOA.
And taxes. Or no, maybe over 30. But anyway, so I'm thinking, there are some of these big giant houses, taxes haven't caught up or something, but the taxes were like $8,000 a year. And there's no the HOAs are like 150.
If I was in your position, I'd get that condo sold now. I'd wait about a year, and then you're going to scoop up something like Cherry Hills again or something. Maybe 2 years.
You think I'm sitting on that money? I don't pay tax on it.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean more than that. It's just I don't think you're going to get what you can.
I really should, but God, moving is a hassle. And the only
you'd be better off getting a really nice apartment for like a year until real estate comes down big time.
I mean, the only time I use it is when I have my kids.
That's what I'm saying. You could get an apartment really cheap, man.
What are you kidding? We could go to a hotel when I have my kids and never clean.
Actually, and they'd love it too.
No, I swear to God.
No, you're right.
We could go to a hotel.
Embassy suites, those are always nice.
I mean, it's amazing what I can pay and have everything.
You should think about that because I don't think you're going to get that kind of money for that place in a year. Do you?
Yeah, no, I think it's
at its peak.
I think it already peaked. I think you're on the down.
No, we're not on the down yet.
Okay. Is there any on sale?
No, they go within days.
So there's no competition.
I mean, it is a hot property, isn't it? It's a hot property.
This storm could be way worse than.
By the way, mine is one of the bigger ones too.
How many people do you think die? It's going to be one of these. There's going to be people dead. There was people saying they were going to stay on their boats.
Wait a minute, is it in the Gulf? It's in the Gulf?
Climb way.
Wait, I thought it was on the other side. The Gulf sides are always free.
Yeah, it's
headed
directly.
I know the answer to that.
No,
not Pensacola.
I know the answer to that one.
The
only one I know.
Did he know it?
What is Newman?
Newman
had to climb up a tree to get a fur coat. You remember that?
Okay.
No.
All right.
Why?
God, this is the
Someone
only
threw
one
a fur coat out.
Elaine did.
Yeah. So Newman climbs up. And Kramer goes, "Oh my God, you climb like that."
The only one I've ever known.
Okay, this is so cool, and I'm slightly jealous. So the guy who's helped out a lot, he can't go to a concert tonight, so he wants to give the tickets away. They're expensive and in high demand.
What are they?
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, he wants to. What's that? Oh no, I'm not going to go see the Foo Fighters tonight. You would put them out for our listeners.
Actually, no. Let's try to raise some money with them to help people.
I can ask Charlie if he wants to do that.
Yeah, and then tell him the money.
He was just wanting to do a good service, but it's tonight.
Yeah, tell them the money if we can.
What do you mean? Like have people bid on them?
Sure. Just face value.
2010.
What's so hard about
Time for your flu shot today. With
Well, like I say, praise
And then
God.
what if nobody wants to buy them? Then what? Then they go to
Then you give them away.
Walgreens. Trusted since 1901.
I was going to say, that could pay for whatever. That could pay for a bunch of shoes, jackets.
I'm the only one I know.
I had
the
half
only
of it.
one. I never get
But
any
actually, I was kind of right because
The only reason I know about this is my granddaughter was learning a whole bunch about had a gas bill. This prayer is only lives in Farmers Insurance.
Who was Newman sleeping with?
From a bear messing up a car
Who's he sleeping with?
damaging a pool liner, we've covered it. Talk to Farmers.
the same
We know a thing or
episode.
two because we've seen a thing or two.
For a code episode.
Was this like in the first 3 seasons, maybe?
I think it was 4. I had to guess. He
Part
was
of credit
he
for
was
your
sleeping
granted,
with
if
the
you are looking
super's
for
wife.
a deal,
He
and
wanted
I
to
mean a
evict
deal,
him
you're planning on
because they
that
reversed the
drugstore.
people.
Oh, I
Also
remember
gonna
that,
look at
yeah.
Actually,
Great
they didn't
guy.
really
We
say
have
he's
good
sleeping
people
with
on the
her.
referrals,
Who was
referrals.com.
sleeping with
You love the way he does business. You
Yeah.
want to know why?
Kramer's
You can
mom.
get If you're doing a kitchen project, you
I'll say
have to run
so.
all over.
No, he did say they were.
Actually,
Actually,
he'll give you prices.
Kramer asked.
It will not be far off. I mean,
I ever knew. I haven't got any of these right. I get all right.
I said retail
That's a small markup from the manufacturer. Always wholesale on
Lemore.
material.
Lemore.
And then he
Lemore.
pays you for template and
Which
installation.
is like, well,
Is a cashew a nut?
Is a cashew a nut? I don't think so.
It's a lagoon.
Yeah.
that was on the, what was that?
Imagine spending your whole life studying the peanut.
You remember when he was fighting kids? He had a black belt in
Oh, that was the best.
That was.
What was that one?
And it built up.
Uranium
It built up.
What are we
What
talking
was it
about?
called?
His katra.
Your
His katra.
But he knows Seinfeld, doesn't he?
fighting is not here, Jerry. It's here.
Was that
When I
Newman?
first started,
Was that Newman?
correct?
No. The fighting was Kramer.
He was so.
He was fighting kids.
They were literally going.
Yes, that's funny. He was little kids taekwondo
He was
class.
the top in his dojo. Is it dojo?
Dojo.
Dojo.
He was knocking.
Today I know them all. Oh, that's funny.
It's not how old they are. We're all on the same level, Jerry.
Still same level.
My daughter is not up yet.
Oh, she's sleeping.
Yeah, I thought.
I bet my kids are too, actually.
As gloomy as it is, I didn't want to get up today either.
Addie has a week off,
Yeah. So that's the. Is this my girl or something?
and Miles is
And student loans into
he worked till he's closing a lot, man. He closes at he works
Is
at
he
one
a
of the
manager?
yeah he works at one of the few WalMarts that closes. It's out in Elizabeth. It closes at 12:30.
Like a department manager or assistant store manager or what?
He's right below assistant store manager. That's his next. I think they call it associate manager.
That buyer's finally.
He's really starting to like it now that he's climbing the ladder. He's got to touch a little bit of power he likes. He counts the cash at night. When you close down, all the cash. You know, that store does, what do you think that store does in a day? Average.
I don't even know what normal is, so I don't even have a ballpark. Like
100
now
a day.
But that's just cash.
Average.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Crackerjack Mudjacking. Crackerjack Mudjacking, what the heck is that? Well, I'm a consumer advocate. We talk about problems, questions, complaints. We try to solve problems any way we can. Today we have some experts in the house on real estate talking about the real estate market. If you have any questions on buying or selling houses or real estate in general, the market has not stopped. The market is, we have a slight downtick. I mean, ever so slight downtick, probably caused by inventory increasing a little and interest rates increasing a little. So we'll talk about that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. As I said, crackerjack mudjacking. If you are, looking around your house, you see cracks in concrete, and you say, "Oh, what's wrong?" Most of the time, it's a void underneath. It's a hole. It's a cavern. It's a pit underneath the concrete. The dirt settled. The soil has settled. They put this soil with some mud, some concrete. It's a slurry, they call it, and it mimics like a bedrock when it hardens. It's permanent, better than plastic, does not leach into the soils. Anyway, Crackerjack Mudjacking has specialized equipment to get in the smallest of places, in your basements, patios, stairs, or big ones, doesn't matter. And they can fill it up, and instead of replacing, you fill and you fix. Way cheaper. They can let you know they've done 60,000 jobs, and they have 60,000 happy customers or more. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. Like the candy, Crackerjack. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. 303-410-7787. They're also on the referral list. 303-410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. So we've been talking about a woman who needs some help, Mary. She's a grandma, and the mom went to jail. Where's the dad, Mary?
I don't know where he is. He's an African guy. He's not here.
Like African as in from Africa?
Yes.
Okay. So your daughter's in jail for what? Just curious.
Trespassing and a restraining order.
My goodness. Anyway, how long is she in jail for?
She just been in there for 2 weeks right now, but she was out a couple of times. She never did go.
Does she always get in trouble? Is she a troubled child?
Yes, she just got like that. She's 55 years old.
And you're 83, and you're taking care of the grandkids.
Yes.
And we're going to take care of those boots. What do they need?
They need some boots. They need a coat, a few clothes.
Okay. Well, Suzanne.
And, Tom, I just had a gentleman call named Mark, and he is going to pay for half of what Mark and I do for
that's
these
so
girls.
nice.
So sweet.
Now, Mary, we're going to take care of this. This is wonderful that you are doing this for your kids. How old are they?
They're 15 years old. They're about a year apart.
Good kids?
Yes.
Boy and a girl?
Straight A student. Two girls.
Straight A's. Where do they go to school?
They go to Mania.
Okay. We're going to take care of this. Mary, thank you for being there for your daughter. Man, I don't know. What do you think happened to her?
I don't know. She just fell off the wagon, you know.
Yeah.
But she had a couple of years in college. She was a normal person, you know.
Where's your husband?
He passed away in 2010.
In 2010. Okay, Mary.
How many years were you married?
For about 25.
Okay.
I worked all my life.
You did. What did you do? What did you do?
I got a house. I got a home.
What did you do?
I was a personal care provider. I went all over Denver working.
Oh, very cool.
Everywhere.
All right. Well, nice talking to you, Mary. Thank you for trusting us. 303-713-TALK. Speaking of kids and stuff, what is a parent? It's Parentween Connection Expo. I don't know what it is. We give air to good stuff. We promote good stuff. Suzanne says this is good stuff. First, I want to just get right down to it. It's going to be Saturday from around noon to 4:30. I don't know what it is. It's at Lone Tree Hub. So let's just ask Clarissa. Hey, Clarissa, what is this thing? What is this expo?
Well, it's our inaugural in-person event for the Parent-Tween Connection.
What is it?
The Parent-Tween Connection literally started with a conversation with a friend last year who had a 15-year-old kid who was doing a lot of stuff, and the mom didn't know where to go, and she said, I just wish I had other parents to talk to.
Is it like she didn't understand stuff? She didn't understand the lingo or what?
Oh, no. When you think of all the things you don't want your 15-year-old daughter doing, her daughter was doing every single one of them. And she had been with the principal. She had been to a therapist. She'd been to her priest. She'd gone everywhere that she knew to go to get support to help her kid. And she was still just really struggling. And she said, I wish I had other parents to connect to, so that, I could talk to folks who've been there, who've survived, who dealt with their kids getting into drinking and into drugs.
Okay,
and
I get it.
Sexually active.
In other words, what did you do when your kids started drinking, and what worked and what didn't work, and what did you do? Was your kid ever bullied? And I can see that. There's strength in numbers. So then what happened?
So I launched the Facebook group in late January. We've got nearly 250 folks in the group now, and we use it as community. We share ideas from how do you motivate my 11th, or how can I motivate my 11th grader to care about school, to my son is being bullied, and how should I approach this? All all kinds of things related to having kids in your life. And to be clear,
you're
it's not,
lucky. You haven't gone through those years yet. You're
No.
getting close. But I tell you, man, I am so happy
but Mark,
to be through them. I can't even tell you.
You know, I'm close to someone who has been through that. And what is it about? Honest to God, what is? I know about boys. I don't know about girls. Maybe girls the same. In that 10th, 11th
Estrogen.
grade, they're like, this is what I'm going to describe them. Ready? It's like that. See, everyone knows exactly. It's like, my God. I mean, what happened to their brain? It was sucked out by some alien. I don't know, but anyway.
We knew nothing. We had no idea. I wish we had a resource like this years. I guarantee Suzanne would say the same, too.
So where is it on Saturday?
it is at the Hub in Lone Tree, which is right off of Yosemite.
What is the Hub? What is it?
It actually used to be the library.
Okay.
And it's now right next to the to the rec center, and it's just a small community center.
Okay.
We're going to be in the main lobby. We've got 3 phenomenal speakers. The first is Rob Unger, who is the CEO of Rachel's Challenge, and many Colorado folks know Rachel's Challenge.
Well, I know Rob. I know Rob very well. I never knew he was involved in something like this. What is his skill there? What is his experience?
You know, he's a parent himself.
Yes, of course.
And the fact is that he leads a lot of folks in going into schools and bringing messages of hope, bringing messages
I did not
of
know that.
inclusivity. That's the whole point behind Rachel's Challenge. Rachel Joy Scott was actually the first young woman to perish in the Columbine shooting.
Oh.
And after the dust settled for her family, after her passing, her father started Rachel's Challenge, and they have created curricula that are appropriate for elementary, middle, and high school kids. And they literally go into schools around the country and even internationally, bringing workshops to the kids, to the teachers, to the parents. And, you know, they talk about bullying, they talk about suicide, they talk about including folks and basically challenging students to live the way that Rachel did. And they regularly get feedback from kids who have thought about suicide, have attempted, or are planning to attempt, and they're saying, hey, dear Rachel, you saved my life. I had the bottle of pills ready to go when I got home, but when your challenge speaker came in, he gave me hope.
Cool.
And teen suicide hits very close for me. And so when I first met him, as Parent-Tween Connection was formulating in my head, I reached out to him and I said, hey, Rob, I want to do this expo, and I want you to be my keynote speaker. And he is so passionate about helping kids, helping families, and ultimately saving lives. It literally took him about a second and a half to email me back saying, yes, I'm in. Tell me where and when.
Wow. And then so you have 3 speakers, and how do the main thing is, how do people find out more? Just that'll be the point.
The easiest way is to go to our website. It's simply www.parent-tween-connection, and I'll spell it just to be clear. It's parent, PARENT, WEEN, connection.com. And that one T is by design because that's symbolizing the intersection between the parents and the teens and tweens, that we need to help tighten those bonds to make it a more successful, productive experience for everybody involved. And ultimately, we've got to take steps to eradicate teen suicide. We all lose. Every time we lose a kid, we all lose.
Is it really that bad, the suicide?
Yes, we lost 2 at Arapahoe High School last week within 3 days of each other.
Now, I heard these girls. I heard these girls knew each other, and they didn't even know that each of them were thinking about suicide.
You know, I don't know directly. I worked with some of the kids at Arapahoe, and I didn't happen to know either of these 2 students. But it's happening, and you know what? Yes, it is that bad. Colorado is 9th nationally in suicide rates.
You know what's horrible about it is...
Isn't it National Mental Health Day or something today? I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, what's weird about suicide is when these kids hear of someone that did it, then all of a sudden it's a
thing.
It's attainable. It's like something a human generally never thinks about, but when someone else does it, all of a sudden it's an idea.
Especially someone of your own age that you know, you think, wow, I wonder why they did that. As horrifying as it might sound, to some kids, it's a way out or something. I don't know. This is well, thank you. ParentTweenConnection.com. P-A-R-E-N, tween, T-W-E-E-N, parenttweenconnection.com this Saturday. So you don't have a lot of time. Get right on that, 303-713-TALK. Speaking of problems like this, well, you know, drug addiction is a big problem. And if you have an addict in your life, the earlier the better to catch that. But how do you know there's a problem? What do you look for? What do you even say to them? What would you say to somebody? Okay, you know they're doing drugs. You kind of see them. You don't really want to say anything, but you kind of suspect something. Well, call the Raleigh House. Now, the Raleigh House is an addiction treatment facility. And this number I'm giving you is for help. Free, confidential help. That's all you have to do is call. With any question you have, like, what do I look for? What are the signs? How much does it cost to rehab? What are the different programs available? Where's the Raleigh House located? What about other programs? What about insurance? What about talking to an addict? What should I say? What should I not say? Here's the number, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
150-mile-per-hour storm hitting the coast. It's crazy.
You hear about it all the time, and it's only going to get better. Every time we hear
I don't know.
But if it doesn't...
This thing looks pretty badass, man.
It does. It gets better.
I mean, this is true. Wind gusts near 175. I mean, what's a house withstand?
I don't actually know. I wonder if there's a wind rating.
Well, when you build in Florida as of 2001, well, in certain areas, everything had to be a Class 3 hurricane,
whatever that means,
which I believe is what, like 100 miles per hour? I don't know, 120?
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How. It's Ford Truck Month. The best time to get a new Ford truck.
We're going to get some sizes on the truck. I've got 6 granddaughters that have gone past 15, so there's so many clothes and jackets.
Oh, those could be perfect for them.
Yeah.
But who knows what size these kids are?
I know, that's why I said Suzanne needs to find out.
Yeah.
Find out what...
we get 10% off at Walmart, too. When listen to this, when Christmas comes... if they work Black Friday, and both of them are working Black Friday, we'll have...
I mean, both of them. She works there?
Yeah.
Addie works at Walmart?
Yeah.
And Miles is her boss?
Well, technically you can't do that. She's in a department. But yeah, technically he does schedule her and stuff. She does not like that aspect of it.
Not bad.
But they'll both work Black Friday, so we'll get 25% off. So you have 25% off. You can only use them one time, and it's on anything. And then you have 10% off because they work there. So you have 35% off. And then if you actually go on Black Friday, you know, shit's dirt cheap.
Jesus, they're having to pay you.
Well, in that case, yeah. I mean, really, they do.
Just about a couple thousand.
Canterbury's at 29 or 30.
Canterbury, a beautiful pair of girls.
I'm going to hold out for a day or two. I don't think this downward angle's done yet. I'm going to jump in and buy some serious shit, though, when I see it rebounding a little. I'm probably going to buy a bunch of Zillow to try to start. Well, Zillow scared me because housing is, they bought a big company that does loans.
Zillow did?
Yeah. Which long-term, I love it. I think it's a great model.
Well, but there's competition now with Zillow and stuff, too.
Redfin, Zillow.
Is that, what is the Zillow competition? Is it?
Nothing really like Zillow.
Zillow thinks they own the market.
Right.
They do. If you type in virtually any address, the first thing that comes up is Zillow.
Absolutely. Realtor.com, you know.
Redfin, kind of?
Redfin's a brokerage.
Oh, okay.
You know, so they have agents and all that, too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do online. Realtor.com gets better information.
Can you be a realtor and a broker? You're not allowed to.
Yes, of course. What do you mean a realtor and a broker?
I didn't know if
a realtor is just a designation to the
to be part of the National Association.
No, here's what I'm saying.
It's a membership.
If you're a broker and she's selling my house, can we say you have to use her in order to purchase this house? That's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, because then she would be a transaction broker. See, if somebody, if she represents you when she's listing a house.
That's right.
No matter what. And so if somebody comes there and says, I don't have a broker or a realtor, can you represent me? She has to get a letter from you designating that she's a
No. What I'm talking about is the actual loan, though.
What's that?
Because of the conflict of interest.
Well, I can't be a
Yeah,
broker
can
for
she
one and a
be a
broker for the
realtor
other,
and
then
originate the
buy
loan?
knowing-
Oh, no. Oh, I see.
Oh, I
He's
think
talking
that happens
about,
all the time.
he's talking about a
You
loan
have to be a
broker,
trans-
Jeff.
Oh,
Can you be a loan broker?
You can be a mortgage.
You can be a
certain
mortgage
states-
broker.
Yeah,
You can
certain
be a
states
broker.
will allow it.
No, here.
I don't know. I've never looked.
I'm
into
wondering.
it
So you could
I
go,
know there
we
are-
know you love this house, you should use me, too, for the
What a
broker.
great idea.
You know, certain.
And then I'll save you money on the real estate side.
Certain houses you see will require pre-approvals from certain lenders. You know, they'll say.
No, but we're saying, I'm wondering if you can be a loan broker.
Then
and a real estate
you
broker.
could discount your fee one way or the other because you're making it on the other side.
God, that would be fun.
I could see where that would get really convoluted, though.
Why?
If you're doing both.
Yeah, good.
It depends
Well, I don't
on,
see why,
depends on
though.
how.
Can you get a kickback? Say you send someone to Brett Ivinson, and they use them. Can Brett turn around and give you $1,000 or whatever?
Technically, no. Not with-
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Century RV. Look outside. You know what? The winter is the time they sell RVs. Most of them. Century RV, people come from all over the country. They really do, especially the West here. Century RV is located up in Longmont, or actually I-25 and the 119 turnoff. That's their original location with a service department, new and used. They also have an indoor, climate-controlled, 32,000 square foot facility in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. And that is CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. Suffice it to say, the best prices on certain makes and models that they carry because of the volume they do. And you just got to check them out first. Why go on the internet when you can go right here? Now, you can compare them, but they love servicing what they sell as well. CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. You know, we're talking about something about, we have our real estate experts here. We have Frank Duran, the real estate man with Relax Alliance. We have Stephanie Thomas in the Springs with Red Bow Realty. Are you allowed to be a mortgage broker and a real estate broker and do both at the same time for the customer? Do you know that, Frank?
I've seen people do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could originate I mean, if you were a broker and you say, hey, by the way, I can get you the loan.
And Tom, honestly, I don't know what the exact rule is on that, but I have seen agents slash mortgage brokers do that, yes.
Okay. Now, I got to take Ben only because he's been waiting so long. And then Charlie wants to donate tickets for the Foo Fighters tonight. Those tickets worth about $250, but we want to try to get some money for charity. Now, not a lot, but we're going to ask Charlie's permission to see if we can do that. So, what's going on with you, Ben?
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I have a car that's been in the shop now 28 days as of today.
Is it a new one?
I bought it new in 2016.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
It's blown an engine that's being covered under the drivetrain.
What kind of car?
It's a 2016 Chevy Colorado pickup.
Chevy? Yeah, man, normally they don't have these problems.
It's been a trip with this truck.
Okay, so you have a 2016 Chevy Colorado pickup, and you've already had an engine replaced once?
Not yet. It's still in for this one. This is the first time.
Well, let me just get right to it. If you're thinking about the lemon law is very specific. It has to be the first year or the warranty period, whichever is less. So if it's a 3-year warranty period and it only goes 1 year. If it's a 6-month warranty period, it goes to 1 year. So 1 year, that's it. It has to be a purchase, not a lease. So therefore, you're out of that anyway. But if it was in the warranty, if it was in the first year, it would be 3 times they get a chance to fix it. If they can't fix it on the 4th time,
reasonable,
it's a lemon. Right, and it has to be a problem that affects the car's merchantability and operation. It can't be something like, I don't know, just pick something weird, something small, a knob on the radio. The other thing, you lose the use of the car 30 cumulative days or more. So it doesn't matter in your case because it's past the 2016.
Are they giving you a loaner?
They did give me a loaner.
How many miles on this?
50,000.
Okay, 50,000. Could you just explain without all the misery, it's from day one? Just list the problems. What are they?
Okay, the truck breaks down. Have it towed to the shop.
That's a story. What's the problem?
The engine blew up. There was a fuel injector that got stuck open. It overheated a cylinder. Crashed.
So when you say, so you had to have an engine put in?
Yeah, that's the problem is I don't have a timeline. It's been in there for 28 days. They said the engine's back ordered.
Wait. So this is when was the first problem? You bought it in 2016. When was the first problem?
November 12th. Or I'm sorry, September 12th this year.
It's not a litany of problems. It's just this first problem was the major one.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So you had this truck 16, 17, year 18, year 2, in September, the engine blows.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's not so bad. Of course it's bad, but what I'm saying is, it's not like you've had this thing in and out of the shop since you've owned it, and you have nothing but trouble, so let him just put an engine in and be done with it, right? It's still under warranty, right?
Right, yeah. I guess my question was...
He doesn't like the time frame. We just went through this, man. We just had one put in our kid's car that was under warranty. It took 6 weeks. Hyundai took 6 weeks. It was back ordered.
Did you have a loaner?
Yeah, they gave us in fact, they gave us a pretty nice loan.
Well, then, but you did not get a loaner.
No, he did.
Then what are you...
I do.
Ben, in a word, why are you complaining?
My question was if that 30-day 30-day thing would apply to the fact that the engine was still under warranty, and it sounds like...
No, but I have another question. Sure. If you could wave your magic wand, what do you want? Really? I'm not asking.
New truck?
No. Would you want a new? Are you thinking you want to undo the deal or what?
Well, so one of the avenues I was exploring is to get rid of the truck now, and they gave me kind of a lowball trade-in offer. So.
Yeah.
That's
a nice truck, and it's very saleable.
And it's going to have a brand new engine.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what? When you have that engine put in, are you kidding me? You'll be able to sell that truck. That's like 0 miles, man. You're gonna be able to advertise a 2016 brand new warranted engine. I just want to get another car. I would never trade it in. Never. I would sell it.
Okay.
And you'll get a good price. How much did you pay for it?
Oh, it was like 38, and then it was 40 something out the door.
I want to ask you another question. Who's doing the warranty work?
AutoNation North.
Okay, here's a recommendation I would have. And I'm not throwing stones at anybody, but you have your choice where to bring it. You know that, right? I would take it to Purifoy. If you're going
at this point, though, they have the engine ordered and everything.
Oh, that's true. I just meant that, they're a Chevy dealer, and they truly have a good relationship and a good shop.
Tell me the name of it. Who was it again?
Purifoy Chevrolet. They're up in Fort Lupton. They're not they're not here in the mainstream here, but truly it's not that far. And the reason I say that is just because, Jerry in that service department, they really do a good job. Jerry's been there for so many years, and Rolly's an old fart. He's been there for years and years too. Seriously, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So they're kind of reliable like rock. Anyway, so I don't know. You might be able to switch it out. They might even come and get it. Like I said, I'm not throwing stones at anyone, but heck, they might come and get it too. All right, let's keep going here. All right, Charlie wants to donate Foo Fighter tickets. And guys, is Foo Fighters? I've always wondered this. Is this a play on Food Fighters? I always thought it was, right? Or not?
No.
Come on, no. Of course it is. What do you think?
They're really good, Tom.
No, but
it's like Kung Fu. Foo Fighters.
Oh.
No.
No, what is it? Tell me, Charlie. Go ahead. Charlie's the fan. Go ahead, Charlie.
They're named after the Foo Fighters in the military, the UFO searchers.
No fooling. No fooling.
Dave Grohl's a big UFO freak.
I did not know that. I thought it was always you Food Fighters. Anyway, go. So, Charlie, you're a diehard.
My guess was better than Food Fight.
I don't know. Charlie, how long you been a fan of these guys?
Oh, gosh. 20 years, 20 plus. So
it breaks your heart, man. You got tickets and you can't go, or what?
Well, no, I'm going. I bought 8 tickets, and I'm a firefighter, and I bought a bunch for a bunch of my fireman friends. and nobody can go because, you know, you buy the tickets back in January, and then now people's lives changed, and so I've got 4 extra tickets that I've already paid for, and I can't get rid of them no matter how hard I try because everybody's busy.
How old are these guys now?
Oh, gosh.
David Grohl is 49 years old, Tom.
Oh.
He was, I believe, the drummer for Nirvana.
They're cool.
That sounds right.
No, but they're cool. They're okay. So the tickets together would be worth normal retail what, $250?
No, I paid face value $99 plus the $19 or $18
for each
charge.
For
I
each.
didn't realize he had 4.
Okay.
I thought he only had 2.
So they're $100 bucks, basically $100 and something each. You have 4 of them. We're talking about a $500 value approximately, right?
About, yeah.
And you were willing to just give them away? Are you kidding me?
I want to give them to you, Tom, so you can do it with whatever you want with them for your foundation or whoever.
Right.
Well, I'm a vet.
Okay.
I'm a disabled vet. I'm a Denver firefighter. I want to give back to somebody that can use these instead of they're just going to go unused if I don't give them away.
Here's my promise to you. Here's my promise to you. We will try to get top dollar for them. We got to be reasonable to get rid of them today. We will make sure every penny goes into our charity account that is used for nothing but someone in need. And if you want, we can even check with you first before we disperse anything to people in need. But Suzanne.
And then also, Tom, you'll need a Flash account if you get the tickets because they'll be transferred electronically to get in. And that's not too tough
What's
to
Flash?
do. It's an app for electronic concert tickets.
And can you pay? But how do he can transfer them?
To me, and then I would transfer from my account to whoever gets the tickets.
So now all we have to figure out is how much we should start, how much we should ask, because as I said, we have to be reasonable. The concert's tonight at what time?
The opening band starts at like 7:30, and the Foo Fighters take the stage at 8:30, and they usually play for about 2 hours straight.
Is it at Pepsi Center?
It's at the Pepsi Center.
Is it general admission?
These are not general admission. They're third level, about one or two sections away from the stage.
Cool.
They're really actually pretty good seats.
Okay. Now, what did you want, Suzanne?
People to email us if they're interested.
Okay, now,
Troubleshooter.
Okay, make your bid. We are not going to go above face value. I mean, unless you wanted to, but I want people to bid for these, and we want to do it before the end of the next hour. You got to help us out here. 4 Foo Fighter tickets, third level, near the. With a good view of the stage, really good seats. It's 7:30 tonight at the Pepsi Center. So let's do it, okay? Let's get these sold for charity. And as I said, your money will not be tax deductible because you're getting tickets in exchange. The only time things are tax deductible is first when there's a 501(c), which we are not anymore. We don't want to be. And also if you pay more than the normal price. We're simply going to put it in our charity account, which is a zero-sum account. Every dime that goes in goes out for charity. We do not file paperwork or do anything. It's just a trust thing. That's what we do. Okay. I mean, Frank Duran has donated to that in the past. We have done it just as a very informal basis. What?
Speaking of donations, when we come back from the break, Clint came through again. He picked something up yesterday that people are going to love to hear.
Can we get the person on, Suzanne? Let's get the person on about this. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, Cam Solar is not something you'd be thinking of today. Would you generate solar power today? No. Over a 20-year period, what would your lot generate? They go into the data banks at Cam Solar, and they go into imagery, and they go into historicals to predict a 20-year payout on electricity for your lot. If you're ever curious what that would be, you can get a free analysis of your lot if you've ever thought about a solar system. They'd love to be your solar company. So they're going to do this analysis free. Go to this website. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. Now, go's in the name of that, so it's GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. A free analysis of your lot, and then Cam Solar, if you want to do it, will guarantee it, plus the parts and labor for 20 years.
the Gulf there.
No, that's the Gulfs are the worst, man. But they very
What's this one called?
Michael.
Officer. You know, it's one that just came up through Phoenix.
The food fighter. The other fighters look cool.
Phoenix got 6 inches of rain.
Yeah, look at that. Tyndall Air Force Base, 130 mile per hour wind.
Jeez.
I wonder how
much.
much.
Florida?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's kind of down by like Georgia, Florida. What else is right there? North Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Well, no, it's coming out underneath Panama City. It's coming up by Panama City, right? So it's coming up right.
In the Gulf or along the East Coast?
I thought if that's Panama City where they're at here, that's on the other side. That's
No,
the
I
north
think
side of
it's
Florida.
On the Gulf.
Here, I'll draw a map. So here's Florida.
Yeah.
My understanding is
Taking
right
a
here.
vacation center?
Right. Right.
We're not.
Where's North Carolina?
North Carolina, you got
Oh, they're up
South
here.
Carolina.
You know, if we don't get these away, I want to go. Mark, it was so good.
You're so good, Mark.
He's
Just
so
make a donation and
We're
go.
going to leave
Yeah.
next month.
For you, my friend.
Or don't make a donation. Make a donation when another thing comes up. And then you make the donation.
No, we're not going to Florida.
What I'm saying is just owe it, so next time a need comes up,
You like me, a big kid. My wife's the same way. So.
$500 bucks? I don't want to pay $500 for us
No,
to stay if we don't have.
I'm not asking. I'm just asking for whatever we get.
Yeah.
Great update on that roofing thing yesterday. The refund on that roof.
Which one is that?
Advanced exterior.
Someone needs to buy these tickets now.
Thank you.
Who were they say?
Offer $20.
The only thing wrong with this band
Is it not
Gretsch
metallic?
drum.
It's not metallic.
Gretsch drums. Oh, they're not trying to be that kind of rock. They're not fighters. They're not even. They don't even try.
Isn't there a big song? Fighting like what is that song?
Kung Fu fighting.
Kung Fu fighting.
They did that one? Okay.
No, I don't
No.
know. No, they didn't do that.
Hey, these are homeless friendships.
Although that's pretty hard. Listen,
He's a
they're not trying to be heavy metal, but that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd love 4 hours of that.
Oh, me too. Especially the Pepsi Center. That's so fun to go to.
And you can walk.
All the music bounces off everything.
Then maybe you go right up to the stage and you go.
It's the worst venue in the damn state.
God, I was in there for the monster truck thing.
Oh, I did that with the kids years ago.
Yeah.
No, I definitely do.
My kids.
I wore
My kids never got into that shit. That's 720.
Oh man,
Isn't that amazing?
I'm glad I saw it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Did they have the motorcycles come out too doing back?
Yeah, they did
Some
some
of these trucks.
Oh, it's like 5,000 horsepower.
How big they just drive over shit.
And then they jump.
I know, I saw they go. Yeah.
It's just dumb.
My wife.
No, it's pretty cool if you've never seen it.
It's real red.
It's pretty badass.
You want to watch the funniest thing ever? Watch on Netflix, Joe Rogan. He is Joe Rogan, an hour and a half. Absolutely, he's by the best.
I just started the path, by the way.
Oh, Mark, you're gonna love it.
I love the first one.
Who's that?
It's called the path. It's kind of weird because for a religion, they're pretty. Remember, I've only seen 1.5 episodes. It doesn't seem like a religion. It seems more like Scientology or something. Okay. But it's weird because there's so much sex and all this stuff going on. I thought it was going to be like.
Oh, like pies.
Yes. But I like it. I started getting hooked on it.
All right, Mark, on the other side. I got one for you.
Okay.
On the Bizarro Jerry.
Yes.
What is the name of the Bizarro Jerry, Kramer, and George?
Oh, that's a good question because they all have the same
What was the
initial.
It's not
Bizarro?
Newman.
No.
It's
No.
gosh, I'll think of one of them. There's no way I'll think of all right. I can think of the Newman one.
I'm thinking
that for a good
Kramer
trivia.
on,
You got me completely.
Kevin Kramer?
No, it wasn't Kevin.
Okay, I'll give you.
It was not Kevin.
Kevin was one of them. But which one? Everybody Kramer.
Must have been Jerry.
I can
Okay, it was
picture
Jerry. Kevin was the Jerry. Who was the Kramer?
And he had a weird name. It wasn't as weird, but I say weird, my kids know.
And there was even a Newman like guy.
Yeah. He was.
Federal Express guy. He was like a FedEx guy.
I'm
Right?
looking at your.
any roofers that would go to Cripple Creek?
Whoa. I know a Woodland Park roofer, that's why
We need
I would guess,
referral.
not Excel, I would guess Petrali would.
Yeah.
Petrali would for sure. They're good guys.
Well, that's why I was asking since you guys had.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. SimplyFloorsInc.com for savings. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy Mitchell has dedicated himself to giving you all the major floor coverings. The hardwood floors, the laminates, the engineered flooring, the luxury vinyl tile, the waterproof carpeting, the regular carpeting, all at lower cost, lower prices. Well, his costs are probably the same, right? I mean, but he's in a buying group that puts them equal to the big boxes, but they make less profit, 20, 30, 40, 50% savings in some cases. But he has a price match guarantee for the things he doesn't carry, but still better service. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Okay, now, let's talk. Steve, what's going on with you, Steve?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
What's happening, sir?
Well, I just had a quick question for you. I have a nephew of mine who's 27, been through some rough times, did through some drug stuff, had a bunch of hospital bills. He's now back on his feet, almost 3 years straight and sober, doing phenomenal, but he's got about $40,000 in medical bills. And he's working 60 hours a week, but they keep garnishing, and he just can't get...
Wink and wink.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, and again, a lot of people, every time I do this, they'll say, "Oh, why? People should just own up to what they owe and all that crap." And what I'm saying is this: I'm saying that people who say that, they haven't been through it. These kids do not deserve a life sentence, and a great alternative is bankruptcy in cases like this. They just need a fresh start. They need help. Wink and Wink, as Mark said, winkandwink.com. They can do a Chapter 13. They can do a Chapter 7. Sometimes one is better than the other, depending on your circumstances. Their number is 303-410-1720. 303-410-1720.
You can generally keep the equity in your house. You can usually keep your cars. I mean, look into it.
And they will work with them on the finance part. They'll work with them.
No, we disagree a little on bankruptcy.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I have no issue with anybody filing bankruptcy.
No matter what.
Long as it's within the rules. Long as they're not lying or cheating.
Right.
These rules that the government set up, well, even if people just get credit card debt up, I don't mind them getting rid of that, even if they're just stupid.
Mark, I don't either, but here's what I mean. I think and I feel better about those who had a death in the family, medical catastrophe, some unforeseen circumstances. I have less sympathy for those who go out, spend money on a credit card, go out and wine and dine, and do all of this stuff, and then say, "Oh, well, I'm going bankrupt." To me, I don't think that was the spirit of the law, by the way. But I'm not saying, I'm not going to judge anyone.
You play by the rules. The government sets the rules up if you fall in the rules.
And you
have to pay taxes. You have to pay Medicaid. You have to pay everything they tell you to pay. Property tax, sales tax, my God.
No, you're right, Mark. I mean, they are legally allowed to do it. Why do I bother saying stuff like that? Well, it's the same
because
thing.
of hate mail you get, that's why.
No, and it's also because of this. Like, look, when I do Joe Lazzara, Joe is a great guy. Joe defends people who have had DUIs. I inevitably get people who say, "Why do you encourage drinking and driving?" Well, I don't. Do people deserve a defense when they drink and drive?
Yes.
But you'd be surprised in America, right now, the climate, if you're accused, you're a scumbag. And no matter what, you're guilty. I swear to you, it is amazing to me how people think this. And even if you were drinking and it was intentional and you want to plead guilty, take your punishment, you still need an attorney. Okay, I'm not saying going out and drink driving. In fact, every time I do a Joe Lazzara commercial, I say, what do I say? I say Uber, Lyft, designated driver. I said, but Joe is the person to get you through the system.
You got to hear this. Let me just read this.
Let me give his number since I said it. 303-429-6200, 429-6200, Lazzara Legal. What? Go ahead.
This came to me at 4:25 p.m. 2 days ago. Thanks, Joe and Amy. Joe was Joe made it really easy to work with on my DUI case. He really knows his way around the civil and judicial sides of the law. He was able to get my case thrown out of court.
Wow. That's pretty good. And I'll tell you, we promote people that will help people, and, you know, we don't cast judgment on that. Okay, let's keep going. 303-713-TALK. Foo Fighter tickets. I want to remind you, tonight, we have 4 of them available. If you're a fan, you can't find tickets like this on the 3rd level near the stage. So here it is. It's 7:30 tonight. We're just asking how much of a donation will you make, and that's it. 4 tickets for Foo Fighters. You can call us at 303-MARTINO, or call us on the air at 303-713-TALK, or email us help@troubleshooter.com. The first people to claim these for a reasonable price can get them. The face value would be about $560. We're not asking face value. We're not asking for more. We're just asking for something we can put in our charity account to help others. Okay, now, Bill says there's a new Social Security scam. What is it, Bill?
Well, it's they claim to be from the Inspector General's office, and they're suspending your Social Security number. I have a tape here. You need to hear this one.
Can you rack it up for us?
Sure.
All right, hold on, and we'll come right back to you. I want to hear it, okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have Frank Duran, the real estate man, with us today about real estate. We have Stephanie Thomas with us as well. Stephanie's with Red Bow Realty. Frank is with RE/MAX Alliance. We're going to talk to them coming back. Also, if you're looking for a loan, idealhomeloans.com. That pre-approval, these guys will tell you, when you have a pre-approval and you put an offer in, it's like a cash deal. They know you're not qualified, you're approved. They simply need to know the house will appraise, and you're done. That's a pre-approval with idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000.
I didn't know Joe did this. I really like the one price for everything from beginning to end. I didn't know he was.
Man, that's great.
I didn't know he did that on DUI.
If he does flat rate pricing, you can't ask for anything better than that.
You know, DUIs, because of the weird Tom rules on that.
I'm going to ask him.
Yes, sir. Have you heard of this RoboKiller? Hey guys, when you get it with those spam callers,
yeah, it works.
Have you tried this?
So we had a caller call in talking about.
Oh, is this a trip? So you could put like your own recording on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a total. It's almost like you're kind of gagging them. What's it called, Frank? It's called RoboKiller. RoboKiller. RoboKiller, yeah. That stupid one.
So Mark,
I was trying to play one, but it won't play in the studio.
Mark, look it up. It was Feldman was.
Feldman was Newman.
Gene was your.
Yeah. Vargas was Newman.
Who?
Vargas is Newman.
Vargas. That's a good question. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you see that stuff? So I can't play it right now, Bart, but that's what it is. So when people call, it'll block the call, and it'll play recording for you.
How does it know when to do it?
I think I've seen
because it has all the numbers pre-screened in there. There's like 1.3 million.
I heard.
So it just knows when to No, you have to buy. You get it free for like 10 days, and then after that, it's like $3.99 a month.
Does he do some kind of weird thing?
No.
That damn place just interviews
every day. I get robocalls all the time. So.
Well, I get back-to-back calls. It's like if I don't answer, they call right back.
Everybody.
I get them too. I get them too.
I gotta watch it. I'll watch it.
I get calls about my computer, about the IRS.
Oh, yeah. This one scary. This would kill me.
You will love it. I mean, it's everybody.
Power outages could last.
They were saying that in Colorado Springs,
you know, he fought
this
MMA.
person was calling and then you hear this child like crying and screaming in the background, and then they say, "Yeah."
Did you see that guy the other day, MMA, after the fight?
You know,
jumped over the Russian guy.
Started beating the shit out of one of the other guys.
And then somebody came in and hit.
I'm surprised they don't go to jail. You think that's fake? That's like
people falling for it.
Oh, he goes over WWE.
Yeah, that's true. They know how to play the numbers. If they call so many people, they know there's always going to be percentage to fall for it, you know.
He says, I'm not saying that. I
friend of the girl on Facebook. I love WWF. Well, and Dad,
they come out and
said she's a minor. You can have,
The Sheik.
you know, a threatening the guy, and a whole bunch of police calls supposedly, threatening, because it's.
I've actually got it. I get a lot of these on the show.
And then Dad calls, says, I want to file charges.
Okay, I got 2 of them sold at face value.
Oh, wow, cool.
But, so what do I do? Say, okay, send a check, here's the tickets, and when do we get the check?
Run the credit card. Get a credit card.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
In other words,
So he has 2 for you and Savannah and 2 then.
Shut up. Make sure you say there's 2 more. I'm not kidding, man.
service fire protection equipment. Deliver and stock rescue.
You want to play games, boy? We will play games.
Hello, Sherry. Why do they always greet themselves like that?
I think he's just that friend that.
What did they really get pissed off at Elaine for doing? At the Bizarro place. Bizarro Park.
Did Jerry get mad at her for it?
No, Bizarro people.
Oh, because she was, okay, she was eating olives. He says, "You ever hear of asking?"
She went in the refrigerator.
And then
right?
she says, "Get out of here," and pushes,
Kevin, wasn't it?
he was Kevin. He's just kind of like, "Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
How did you do that?"
She just goes in there because you always
Because
goes
the
in-
opposite of Jerry is he lets you have anything you want out of his fridge.
Right, right.
And this guy's like, "You ever hear of asking?"
Oh, when they all come together, she looks. And was George the one said, "Can I come with you?"
Oh yeah.
And they said,
George,
What was the name of the diner?
hold on. The Bizarro Diner was it Clark? Not Clark. Was it Clark? No. Wasn't Clark. Hold on. I know it.
I know it too, and I can't think of it. So
Reggie's. Was it Reggie's?
Reggie's. That's
was
it.
Reggie's. You know what? The one that made me laugh was the rye bread. When he
it's
steals it
from them.
runs off, the look on his face. Oh my
I
God.
tell you
So
what,
brazen. He just,
George's dad is great.
he's dead, I think.
No, he is dead. Still dead.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Pro Auto Care is a car nanny. Why do I say that? They take care of your car and then they keep track of it. You can have service records printed out if you're selling or you need it for a warranty repair. And they also give you reminders by text when something is due. Plus, in between every service, you're in the family. So if something goes wrong, in between your repairs, you get 36,000 miles of free roadside assistance. Pro Auto Care, 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. Excellent work. ASC certified mechanics. It's a family affair with his wife and his oldest son. It's a great operation. And, of course, a host of other techs as well. And it's 303 Pro Auto and the website 303proauto.com. We have a comment on taxes. What did we talk about with taxes that he's commenting on? Do you know?
Maybe just my comment. We all have to pay taxes.
I don't know. By the way, Foo Fighter tickets, we got rid of 2 of them. And if you want to make a donation to our charity account, there are 2 others available. So there's no longer 4. You can get 2. Yvonne, what is your comment on taxes?
Well, before, the war, when each of our states were sovereign, we had no federal tax.
I didn't know that. Wait, we didn't have a federal income tax? How did we support the federal government?
Well, because they initiated a tax that was only supposed to be enacted for 1 year for the war to support the war.
But before that, what did we do? I mean, how did the federal government get supported?
I can't answer that question. I'd have to do research on that.
Tariffs.
Tariffs on imports? Really? Is that? See, I didn't know that, and I'm ignorant when it comes to the history of taxes, really. I mean, I know people say there was a time before we had taxes, and I wonder, well, then how did we support things? People make the arguments all the time for better tax systems or a better way of doing it. I think we all agree we have to support the government the government, a true government for the people, by the people. We have to support it. How you do that is a matter of opinion. Okay. So let's keep going here. And I want to talk to Bill about that Social Security scam. He was going to rack up a recording. You got it?
Yep, got it right
now,
here.
somebody called you out of the blue. Let's hear it.
Hello, this is Linda. This is the final reminder from the Office of Inspector General of Social Security Administration. Your Social Security number has been suspended. Please please contact the emergency helpline number, which is 201-829-3078. I repeat, 201-829-3078.
He better call quick. They suspended his Social Security number, apparently.
Well, it also sounds like Linda might have some health issues.
Yeah. Linda's a smoker, I would say. Hey,
what the hell's that mean, suspended? It's an odd thing to say.
Did you call?
I've gotten this message about 4 or 5 times now over the past couple of weeks.
Did you call, by the way?
And it's always some other voice, but somehow Linda must have it.
No, don't. I want to call live. Did you call yet?
No, I haven't.
All right, hold on. Would you give me that number, please? Hold on one sec. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it without you being hung up on. Okay, what's the number? What's the number?
201.
Wait, 201.
829. 3078.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Social Security Administration. This is Officer Jason.
Okay, I dropped it because I want to take it up. They did answer. I'll take it after the break. I dropped it. Okay? I'm Tom Martino, so we'll come back and do this and more. Don't forget, Frank Duran, realestateman.com is here. Also, Stephanie Thomas, a real estate broker. We'll talk about real estate and more coming up.
Because it is a Washington, D.C. area code, 201.
Selfless service is the
Hey, ones I follow out.
What is it, 303?
National Guard member serves not only to protect the nation, but also the local
Yeah.
community. So they
No, I was looking at 201, because that's Washington, D.C. area code. That's what I was saying. They implement the rule. Did we have gasoline tax prior to World War II? You don't think we did it that way? Because that was a federal tax.
How much was Jerry offered in real life for one more season per episode? You guys know?
Oh, that I don't know. Millions, though, I know.
$5 million an episode.
Wow.
How much did he make prior to that? $1 million an episode. How much did the 3 supporting cast members make? $600,000 an episode.
Each?
Wow. So he was really pretty nice to him, honestly.
When you get into that kind of a tax bracket,
Plus
plus salary.
So he just got $1 million because he wrote and acted. That's wow. He really was.
They offered him $5 million an episode for one more year.
Well, I say he wrote. He was involved in every writing of the show. Right, but it was him and what's his name?
Yeah, but he came out. I mean, the episodes where they talk about it is pretty close to what happened.
Just shy of a category 5.
God, just shy of a 5.
Medicine is really working today.
Let me tell you, I'm done at Diagnosis Road. I really.
It'd probably be easier than this damn stuff.
You should just try to just. Well, I mean,
we have. My wife has.
Are your parents in the path of this?
It's got to be food grade.
Food grade. Okay, I'll make.
Yes.
But it takes out the parasites.
They'll have some wind and stuff for sure, but they're really inland. But no, the path does go right through them. They could have wind damage, sure.
She has, well, my brother-in-law, little sister, and her daughter all have it.
They use it?
Huh? No, they all have this crypto.
Oh,
and she's not responding to the medication. She might want to try the kidney surf because
just look it up and it's
the medicine though. In most days, if not all of them, the medicine makes you sick too.
This is a
I
great
bet.
deal.
Well, they say it's poison.
You know, Joe does do that. You got to start saying that. We do. He sits down and it's one fee for everything. He doesn't get you on every phone call, every conference. He sits down and says it's going to be this amount. That's incredible for a defense attorney. Now, if you go to trial, it could cost a little more.
Yeah.
As he puts it, significantly discounted. I think he just started billing like this. Flat rate. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to send this to you so you can kind of look at it.
That to me makes it a lot easier for him, so he doesn't have to write hours down and everything.
I think they still have to. I don't know how that works actually.
Down 428 points.
I'll find out. I just settled up with Michael Noyes, which was one of our referral attorneys.
Noise, yeah.
Noise.
Noise been around a long time.
Noise.
Yeah. He did those tax cases for me.
Every job.
Working on a kitchen or bathroom? Right now, you can take 10% off all American Open subway tile.
Tens of thousands already without power.
Plus, save time by ordering ahead
So it's hitting right now.
Oh, it is in the Gulf. Okay.
It's almost a Category 5. That's crazy.
Pros.com for details.
This is going to be worse than the last one.
Oh, then the last one for sure.
1014 while supplies last.
This thing popped up so fast.
It did.
Oh, God, it's on the...
Look at this. Look where it's hitting.
That's on the Gulf side of Florida.
What's that real nice area up there on the Gulf side?
Kansas
Long
City.
Beach? No, not Panama City. That real expensive.
Fort Long Beach up there.
You're talking about the Panhandle.
Yeah,
it's a very expensive, exclusive area.
I bet the surfing's really good right now.
My son-in-law's parents live right in there, and they just keep...
Yeah, but Florida, Georgia, Mississippi.
Yeah. What's going on? It's going to go up there to Carolina.
Just shy of a Cat 5.
Cloudy today with a high.
It's going to track right into the Carolinas even.
You think it goes that high?
Get on the map.
It looks like it is now. It looks like it's going straight up.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
It looks like it could hit Albany. Isn't that wild?
From a massive cat.
Oh, that's Albany.
That's rare. Isn't that rare for them to come into the
It's
Gulf?
definitely not Albany, New York.
It's going up there.
Isn't that rare for them to come into the Gulf and then track up the East Coast?
Pensacola, Tallahassee.
Well, it's not the East Coast. It's not tracking.
Fort Long Beach is right where that is. Mobile, Alabama's in that
Looks
area.
big. Looks good.
Well, it's almost, how often does a Cat 4 hit the shore? I mean, usually it breaks.
I've flown that coast. God, is that pretty. I started in Mobile, Alabama. I came down south to Mobile and over. Man, was that fun, flying that whole coast all the way down to Florida.
So I'm really surprised along the coast before how many
One town
islands
is
there
like.
are.
If it takes a left there, it could hit water. It could hit New Orleans.
I have flown all over the state of Florida.
It is crazy.
It's made it easy to miss a great candidate.
That bold process was
Yeah, it's going to hit Mississippi. It's going to take it dead on in Mississippi.
Have you done long cross countries in airplanes? No. Oh my God, I've been all over.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
My dad used to fly. We go New York, Arizona like once a year. Man, that was a pain in the ass.
Oh my God! You know, it's amazing. Donna and I did. That's when Donna and I went all over the country. God.
Everything I've just done.
I never had a dream. I had one dream flight in all of my flights where I got up in the morning at 6 in the morning. We were off the ground at 5:30 or 6, and in New York at 2 in the afternoon.
From here, just tailwind the whole way.
Not tailwinds. It's just that it's a fast airplane, 200 knots. But what's great about it was we just one fuel stop, boom, and it was just perfect weather.
Where were you in?
Bonanza. 335B.
B?
Yeah, B. They're fast sons of bitches. But 225. But here's the deal. Perfect weather.
Yeah.
You never get perfect weather.
I got it one time going from here to
That actually
just perfect dead calm.
Well, that's it's a short enough that you can
Yeah,
point
it's in the fall too.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Bright Light Chiropractic, brightyourfamily.com. If you're looking for a chiropractor, it's a family chiropractor on County Line near, what would I say, County Line and, where is it? University, that's right. And by the way, Deputy Dan goes there, I go there. And I just put it in. I just put it in autopilot. I don't even think about where I am anyway. If you're looking for a great chiropractor, that's the way to go. Gentle, targeted adjustments. I do this show and we talk about where to go, where not to go, what to do, what not to do. We talk about lifestyle. We talk about buying and selling, career, neighbor versus neighbor, whatever it is. We're going to get right on the phones. We can still have 2 Foo Fighter tickets, a listener donated, that you can have for tonight at 7:30. Great seats on the 3rd level near the stage. You can have a great view of the stage. And we're only asking face value or less, whatever the best bid is. We're not going to try to get a ton of money unless you want to donate something. And we're using the money 100% for charitable purposes. So anyway, Bright Light Chiropractic, Dr. Mike Hederscheit. If you're looking for affordability and really good health care, he does it. $50 for a complete diagnostic and upfront screening with x-rays and a thermal scan and consultation. Just $50. And adjustments are as low as $30. BrightonYourFamily.com, 4506. 720-583-4506. So, anyway, what's happening in your life? We have Frankie who wants a roofer. In Cripple Creek. Frankie is a female, right, Frankie? This is Frankie. Okay, so Frankie, listen, you have a storm damage. Is that what it is?
Yes, and we're getting ready to spend tens of thousands of dollars for new roofs, and because we're going to upgrade to metal. And it's just very difficult finding professionals to do work up here. And so I use your referral list whenever possible. Plus, I listen to your advice about no money up front.
Petrolli would be good, right, Mark?
I'm almost sure they'd go up there. They'd be great, but I'm almost sure they will go up there.
Who?
Petrolli Roofing.
Oh, yes. He's one of them. I'm still waiting for... So it came down to 3. There's only 2 that's willing to do it.
Was Petrolli one of them?
I'm waiting for his bid, yes.
Okay, good. Excellent.
So, and then the other one...
He's a real deal.
Yeah, they're very nice people. So, my issue is I received another bid from someone on your list.
Yes.
But the contract was lacking detail, missing some of the work, and so I just,
I don't know why. Who was it?
Well, I added in the details that we discussed. I emailed it back, and then I also said I'd be happy to work out, a reasonable payment schedule, like a third when the materials were delivered, a third when...
Now, I want to make this clear. I don't demand that our roofers do certain things. I recommend what consumers do. Now, if you'll notice, I don't tailor what I say to consumers based on what people on my list do. The thing I care about on my list are people who are honest, forthright, with a good background and all of that. If they disagree with me on how to do business, that's fine. I mean, they can do what they want. But I recommend certain ways to do business as a consumer. If they meet, fine. If not, then you have to decide within that list who to use. So I would say I want detail. Now, it doesn't have to be right down to each nail, but I want materials and labor and what I need so I can tell if we have a congruency with the adjuster or where I need to goose the insurance company.
Right, and I want to know, what my worst case scenario is going to be, so I want to make sure.
Good.
And then some of the details that I feel are reasonable because I've had a lot of crap,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And the things that I've learned, so I have this little attachment too that I say you need to make this part of the contract because it's basically...
Well, what can we help you with? What can we help you with today?
I just, this contract, it asks for, basically they're asking for like $16,000 up front just for me to sign the
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even think about it.
Who is asking you to do this?
This is TQ Roofing, and she was great, but then when I sent the contract back, trying to save her a little...
I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Detail, she's like, contracts cannot be changed.
Oh, well, you know what? When I hear those words, I say bye-bye. That's all.
Tom, on metal roofs, a lot of times they have to order those sheets cut to length.
So what does that mean?
So they have to pay up front for their materials.
So they don't have credit?
That's true.
Or maybe pay when it's delivered.
No,
but I wouldn't even like that.
I don't mind paying when it's delivered. I also don't mind paying if it's ordered in my name.
When it comes to roofing, my favorite, I have to say, is Jay Bratson. The only reason I say that is you don't pay a cent until you're content.
But really, Frankie, if you're asking us for advice, you got to do as close to what we recommend as possible.
Right.
But if somebody doesn't have the wherewithal to order material or they're afraid they're going to be stuck with it, I can sympathize with that. I can sympathize with having to order metal roofing and whatever they have to pay up front. As long as I go to the supplier and I say, I want it made known, this is my order to my address, and here is my payment, and then who cares if he makes a spread on the roof or whatever, but get it in your name. I wouldn't mind doing that.
Right, and well, I mean, I offered, even if they.
Well, what did he say about that? If you made the deposit on the materials for the material, what did he say? Yes or no?
They basically said that. Well, not even basically. If I want to do business with Peakview Roofing, they will decide.
Okay, that's the way they do it. Then you don't do it. It's that easy. It's that easy.
I'm going to see if Jay will go up there, too.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to help you any way I can, as I said. Okay, guys, we got a real estate question. So Frank Duran, the real estate man, let's just talk about this. It's equivalent to a we owe statement in real estate. Do you in a car deal? We owe. You buy the car, but you notice there's a rattle, or you notice that there's something bad, and the dealer puts down, we owe blah, blah, blah. This can get complicated in real estate. How do you handle, or what do you recommend when you're buying a house where things need to be done? Let's just call the things A, B, and C. How do you do it, or what do you like to see?
So when our buyers are buying a property and we're saying there's things that have to be done in the property.
That the buyer wants.
Right. Those are things we negotiate up front.
And how do you negotiate it?
Typically, that'll be done at the inspection. However, some things
might be... What do you mean? I mean, when are they done?
Oh, we prefer, if you're working with the buyer, you want those things done before closing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ask the seller to do them?
We ask that the buyer has some input on the contractor that's hired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that they be completed before
Correct.
Closing. Yeah. Oh, okay. And so the seller is hiring the contractor the buyer wants.
We prefer the buyer has some input there. Absolutely.
Okay. What do you do, Stephanie Thomas?
Same thing. We ask for a licensed, qualified contractor to do the work before closing. We ask to be able to verify that work, copies of all the receipts.
And approve it.
Yep, copies of all the receipts showing paid.
Excuse me, that's not bad. I typically tell people, don't let owners do stuff for you, because they're going to do it the cheapest, fastest way they can. I don't care who they are. They're never, ever going to take the care that you would, ever.
I'm guilty of that.
Now, yeah, of course. Now, if Frank says we want some input on the contractor, that's fine. But they could still say to the contractor, I'm hiring you. This is the way you do it. Although if it's a great contractor, they're not going to screw anybody. What Stephanie said, having that final approval, that's good too.
Hey, cameras,
but
guys.
here's the way I want to do it. And again, I said we don't dictate it. This is what I would do. If I knew something had to be done, A, B, C, and D, I would go out and find people I know and I trust. I would get a complete price from beginning to end. I would then have that discounted from the price, period. Or if they want to keep their price up for some reason because they have to show it in a divorce settlement or something, and then they have to show repair, whatever it is, then I would have the money escrowed. I personally don't want anything done by the seller when I'm moving in.
You know, with cameras now everywhere, when you're showing a house, you must see cameras inside the house, outside the house, everywhere.
Yeah, don't ever assume
what's to stop an owner when their house is up for sale from listening as the other realtor's bringing them through?
I knew a seller who overheard a conversation saying, I'm willing to go up another 20 grand.
We have these conversations with our buyers all the time, and we tell them up front, be careful what you say. Don't even look too like you're so excited about the property. Wait till after we get out of the property to have those discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that. So be careful, because you could be on candid camera and not even know it. All right, let's go to the phones. Ed, you have a problem with a lottery ticket for hunting. What is happening?
Hi. It's a Colorado. I'm a Colorado resident.
Yep.
When we apply for a hunting license, we have to put in, I'm talking about elk hunting now for me, and you have to put 4 choices. If you don't get any of your choices,
right,
you get a point.
That's right.
So 2 years I put in, I didn't get any of my choices. This past year, I got my choice. I had an accident at work.
Oh, no.
And tore my rotator cuff. And my doctor said no skiing, no hunting, no bike riding, no
I say new doctor.
riding, no working, no fun.
New doctor.
Yeah.
Anyway, what happened?
So I went down to turn my license in, which you're allowed to do. I went down to the DOW. It's now Parks and
Why?
Recreation.
What's the incentive of turning the license in?
Well, they told me that I could turn it in. They didn't even look at my paperwork from the doctor or the operation.
Well, but I don't even understand the significance. It's not like, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to keep your same priority?
I'm trying to keep my 2 points and keep the fee I paid for the hunting license.
I understand. So the same priority.
Choose one or the other.
What is the policy? I don't even know what the policy is. I'm ignorant.
I didn't know what it was till I got down there.
What did they say it is?
I thought that I would show them that the doctor said I couldn't hunt and that they would give me the 2 points that it took.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, the state is the state. I mean, they have to have a pre-existing policy. They can't just make it up. Did they just make it up as they went on, or what? What is the policy?
I don't know. I've never had anything like that.
So what happened when you went down there and said, "My doctor says I can't hunt. Here's a note from my doctor. Please excuse me and give me the same priority for next season"?
They said no. They said you can either keep the 2 points, which means I would have to pay $25 a point, or else I could get the refund for the license.
And when you keep the points, does that mean for this season, or can you keep them for next season?
It's for next season.
Oh, so you can keep the 2 points.
But not get the refund for the license.
And how much is the license?
Say what?
How much is the license?
$50.
But what are the significance of the points?
The points, it takes, when it's a better hunting area, it takes more points to get into it.
I see. So does it give you a better odds, or does it literally get you the area?
It gets you into an area that has more kills for elk.
Okay. So if you keep the license and the 2 points, how long do you get to keep the 2 points?
The 2 points will last until I actually draw a tag that I want. I keep getting points as long as I don't draw a tag an area that I want to hunt in.
So in other words, if you draw a tag and not use it, you get a point.
If I draw a tag
and don't use
the point's gone.
Oh, well, here's what okay, this system's not making sense to me. How do you get points?
You get a point by applying for an area to hunt in.
Okay.
And then you do not get selected for that area.
Okay, so you get a point. Now, once you have the points, how do you surrender them?
You get the point. They get the point when you draw a tag. The next year, when you put in for a license for an area to hunt in, if you get that area, you lose the point.
I get it.
If you don't get the area, then you get a second point.
Okay, all right,
so
I get it.
I have 2 years and 2 points.
Okay, so you get to keep the points.
No, they're gone.
You make no sense because you didn't choose. How do you surrender points? I thought you said you had to choose and not get your area in order to surrender.
Okay, I chose and got the area I wanted this year.
Gotcha.
That took me 2 points.
I got you now.
Then I got hurt.
I got you now.
My doctor said no hunting.
But then you just said.
I tried to be clear.
But then So you left me believing that because you selected areas that you wanted and got them, that you surrendered your 2 points. That's
Correct.
what I believed. But then you said they are going to allow you to keep the points.
No, they're not.
Okay. Did he not tell us that before? Okay, I'm not going to argue about it. That's how. Okay. We thought they said if you keep the license and you don't go hunting, you get to use those 2 points again. But you say no.
No.
Okay.
I either can get a refund that I spent on the license for this year,
or
else they keep the money and I keep the 2 points.
Well,
Jesus,
it's going to cost him $50 to keep the points.
No, just hold on. But he keeps saying he can't keep the points. Then he said he can keep the points.
He can't keep them for free.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm asking, period, one question and one question only, and by God, I'm about to shoot myself at this point. I'm asking one question. Do you get to keep the points if you want to?
Do I keep only if I forfeit the money I paid for the license?
Okay, but you get to keep them. I think that is totally reasonable.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean,
it took me 2 years to get those points.
I know, but
and
it's not their fault.
$50 for a license.
But it's not their fault. You got hurt. This is not a nanny state. It's not their fault. They don't have to take care of you, or they don't have to accept that as an excuse. Ed, honest to God, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Another question I'm asking. Are you allowed to transfer that maybe to someone who has something that can transfer to you or not? Are you guys not allowed to?
No, that's never allowed.
Oh, man.
If somebody hunts with my license, they'll go to jail.
And are you truly unable to hunt? Or is it just your doctor being a pain in the ass? Come on.
No, I can't. They operated on my shoulder cuff.
Oh, okay. So you can't really.
Yeah. He sounds like you might want to go to the Foo Fighters tonight.
Yeah, I know. We got to take a break, though. We are way over time. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything I could do to help you. unless you need an egress window. Denver egress. See, I'm smooth. I'm smooth with transitions. DenverEgressWindow.com. No fooling. If you have an egress window, these window wells with an escape window, it adds square footage to your home legally and ethically and appraisal-wise. If you don't, you can't use the area. But here's the deal. If you have an old window well, they can rebuild them like new. You know, they put that corrugated metal in there, those builders, they're ugly. They can rebuild them at Denver Egress, make them beautiful. Or they can put one in where there's nothing there at all. They can punch through the foundation, make a brand new one, or they can make a walkout basement even in a flat lot. They can terrace down to a patio or a walkout area. It's unbelievable. Give them a call, 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221. Go to their website, DenverEgressWindow.com.
This report is horrible, Governor Scott. This guy's out here. I know. He's in Hollywood. It's not even real. Who? You know, the guy in every hurricane. It's always the same guy. He's out there getting blown around.
I love the one on the Weather Channel when he was.
That's this guy.
Isn't that
this guy's Weather
any different than crash insurance?
It looks like he's got a helmet on.
I don't think
he does have a helmet on, like a batting helmet.
These hunters and stuff, he'll spend probably $1,000 if he goes hunting.
You can't sell points.
Oh,
it's snowing.
Right now.
I just said that.
Oh, you did?
Man, you guys better leave earlier.
My daughter
you're going to
is still getting ready. I told her I would take off today to be with her mom.
I bet Tom couldn't move these food tickets if he had to. Let's act like your life depends on it, or mine.
Did two of them legitimately get taken?
What would it take for you?
Yeah,
two of them.
$1 million?
I would go. Would you? Yeah, but I can't tonight. I gotta take my son to the airport. I gotta go.
How's it going?
Screw yourself.
Turn the damn gas on. I'm out.
Uber, send an Uber.
Hell yeah, Uber.
Hell,
Dan will bring them.
I got to go turn the gas on.
Excel. You buy those tickets, I'll let Dan turn the gas on, drive your kid to the airport, and fucking wash your car.
One pair donated to
Deal.
always donate a million pairs. We thought it would take 10 years. That's why Dave
Well, some sprinklers tonight.
a million pairs of socks.
Oh, I haven't thought about that. I haven't done that yet.
Oh, it's going to get to 17 degrees this weekend.
And instead of 10
I know we were thinking to go. We were going to go up to Breck too.
Oh God, I did.
Sunday's high, our house is 25.
25?
The high?
We were going
Low here. Wow.
to hit Tiger Run. We were going to book it today, and then we just both looked at the weather.
Jesus, I better go there. 12 of the hangars have bathrooms. If the heat's not on, they're going to croak.
Yes.
And so I got to make sure the public utility.
17 is pretty darn cold.
One guy said something about a gas leak. They turned off all 12 hangars in that building and 12 in the other building. Had nothing to do with snow outside. Yeah.
You got to winterize. Well, those most of the hangars have heat, right? Furnace.
Yeah, but they're turned off.
No, I know that. Do you have to winterize the plane though under any circumstance?
No.
I figured. I just learned I don't have to winterize my airplane. I can. It's got an Arctic pack, so long as it's plugged in and I got thermostat set.
Yeah, they got those heated tanks. That's nice. Winterize them is a pain in the ass.
Oh, big time. And then if you want to use it, you got to
and then you got that
do it numerous times.
You got that pink stuff in the system. You got to flush back out.
Well, Mark, you remember that time we got hit with that bad snowstorm?
Is this us?
Sounds like
Thomas! You're late. You're late for a very important date.
303-713-TALK. We have those 2 Foo Fighter tickets left. So whatever you think you can do, if you think you can use them, give us a call. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center right now has free test drives on digital hearing aids. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Of course, you have to be evaluated, and that has some costs associated with it. But you have to be evaluated no matter what if you have a hearing loss. But the trial periods, to make sure you get the right one, free and with no obligation to buy. Also, they have tinnitus treatment, the same thing. There are trial periods for some of those tinnitus treatments. Some are permanent cures for certain ranges of tinnitus. To find out more, Clarkson and Hamden, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center on the 2nd floor of that urgent care building there. Helpforringing.com, 303-534-0163. I'm not sure what we can do for Don. He needs help financially.
Hey, real quick, update. Look at this thing, man.
Do we have the guy on?
No, what happened, Tom, is they're going to come by and pick it up tomorrow. I meant to tell you that, Mark. The cancer patient, his friend, is really sick today, not feeling good from radiation.
They want to go to the Bronco game. They got tickets. They happen to get tickets granted by some organization to this cancer patient. He can't leave the house because he's on oxygen and, of course, can't afford a concentrator. He can't even afford a portable tank. When somebody heard about it, they contacted us. Deputy Clint, what happened?
Very nice lady up in North Glen, Gay, donated the tank. Her husband had passed away a couple of years ago.
And this tank is like new.
Yeah.
With an extender. And then, of course, he can use his cannula, and then they can fill it up from his tank. Or he can get it filled, and we can help him with that. But he has a portable tank. How long, do you know how long that it depends on how much you use, right? I wonder what the best case, worst case scenario is for a tank that size. I don't know. So I'm wondering also, do they have paramedic stations there where they could fill that up if they needed to?
Oh, I'm sure if it became an emergency, they do at the stadium, sure.
Or if there's not enough time, maybe we can arrange to have that filled up at halftime. Okay, Don, we're not really, as much as we help people and recover lots of money for people and we make connections, we're not set up for direct financial help. We can put the call out there, and in some minor cases where we have money in our charity account, we help with clothing, shoes, needs, immediate needs. What is your situation, Don?
I basically was injured 3 months ago and had basically a no lift restriction on my work, which entails me to lift.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in construction and basically a handyman position.
Well, okay, so you were injured. Do you have workers' comp?
I was injured in an auto accident, yes.
Oh, so you were injured outside of work?
Yes.
And do you have an attorney for that accident?
Yes, I have Backus and Shanker.
Okay, and so are they helping you?
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay, so let's talk about your situation now. You were in construction. Do you have a family?
Yes, I have 4 kids and a fiance.
4 kids and fiance. Or do you have full-time, the kids full-time?
Full-time.
And the fiance, is she the mom?
Yes, she's the mom of my 2 youngest.
Okay. So I want to ask just some questions straight out because I have to. Did you ever plan for a time like this? Do you save any money, or is it just do you just make enough to make ends meet, or what?
I basically, it was just I just started up my company that I had started, my little handyman service.
Mm-hmm. And
just began to start making money. Money started coming in, and I got the accident, and
yeah,
it's just I was just about to get to the point where I could save some money. And
okay.
I had a rough start. And
so when are you going to be able to start generating income again?
I am starting a new job this week.
What about your company?
My company, I am trying to save some money so I can get back going and make sure I can be insured and everything right away before I start back.
So when do you start a job?
Next Monday.
Mm-hmm. And so how long you been out of work? 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
So what have you been doing for 3 months?
I've been taking odd jobs, like small painting, like rails or something like that.
What nut do you have to crack every month, as they say? What is your debt load, your bill load, like rent? And does your wife work, or your fiance?
My wife, she just had a baby about a week ago. Not even that. So
how many well, let's talk about your rent.
My rent is about $1,900 a month.
And food, are you on food stamps?
I just applied. I am currently getting them now, but
okay.
I'm not sure how long I'm going to be getting that once the job starts.
Well, that's good, though. You do have some food stamps.
Yes, I'm not struggling with food or anything.
Good.
It's just my landlord. He's
okay. So rent. What about transportation?
I have multiple vehicles.
Multiple vehicles?
Sell one.
Yes. Yeah, I wish I could. My wife had her before this started. My wife, her mother gave her a car. And
I'm racking my head. I don't really know where I can get you help. You kind of fall outside of categories. Like You know, let me,
able body with assets.
Yeah, Don. Just so I can, no, Don. I'm not. Listen, I don't want to fault you for calling for help or for reaching out. Let me just explain something. I mean, we do help people, and we like this expression. We help people before they fall off the cliff, before they're homeless, before they get too far gone. And you're definitely not too far gone. But at the same time, we have priorities, meaning that people in way worse situations than you, and we're trying to figure out. We're not trying to give you a hard time, but trying to figure out where you fall and how we can help.
I've got an idea for him.
Yeah, what is it?
A lien on his case.
A lien on his...
I wonder if Bankus and Shanker have a...
You know, you're right. If he has a good case and it can pay out.
Tom, on late night TV, there's companies that loan money based on settlements.
It's called a lien on the case.
Yeah.
But they're highly expensive. Now, the ones that don't take recourse are highly expensive, meaning that if he gets an advance on his case, not only, well, he has to pay his attorney's fees, right? And he could end up with nothing after that because they take twice sometimes of what they pay you. So, but you know what? It's better than nothing, and it's better than being on the street, especially if you were injured and could not work. Now, I'm not sure what Backus and Shanker is telling you. I'm not sure what kind of level of service you have, but you may want to ask them. You may want to say, look, I need to know the health of my case. I need to know the viability of my case because I may want to look at a lien against my case for living expenses. Have you asked them that?
I have not. I haven't even...
That is a good idea, Mark. That's a good idea. You know, they're very expensive and often not worth it, but it's certainly better than not, you know, than really getting too far behind.
And he's not looking at, he's looking at $1,800 or whatever. He's not looking at like his whole settlement, but
well,
you're right,
I don't
it
even
could
know.
double.
How far behind are you? He said 3 months was his injury. How far behind on rent are you?
I had saved up. I just this month exhausted my savings that I have, so I'm just this month.
Listen, I feel for you, man. I really do. I'm serious. And again, I am hoping if there's someone listening, they want to take a look at this for help. We certainly don't have that right now with the people we just helped over the last few weeks. But here's what we can do. We can try to help you with this lien on your case. Or how many vehicles do you have? Just 2?
I have 2, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then you need him because you're his wife and himself.
Well, his wife just gave birth. I don't know where she's going in a car, but maybe pawn one of the vehicles for a short period of time. I don't know. You come up with stuff when you need stuff.
No, I understand. Pawn is way expensive, but let's. Do you have loans on both cars, sir?
I have loans on one.
On one, okay. The other one, what's the other one worth? We're just trying to uncover all stones here.
It's a 2014 Chrysler 200.
Okay.
So.
Okay, he has one free and clear Chrysler 200. A pawn, I'm thinking that may not be a good idea, but whatchamacallit might be. Blinker.com to refinance or to get some cash out, but if he doesn't have income, it's going to be too difficult. See, he's in a hard place right now.
Well, that's where these hard decisions come. I mean.
But we'll help you, Don. The first thing he needs to do is start with a lien on his case. He needs to call them and get back to us and let Deputy Clint, since he was here to hear it, let him work with him on that. 303-713-8255. Art of Granite, Mitch Floria, will give you a price on the phone. If you're looking for a kitchen project, he will do your turnkey kitchen cabinets and countertops. He is a direct stone importer. Here's what's great. A small markup on the cabinets, okay? Push that aside. Now, on any stone or counter material, there is no markup. It's wholesale. Then he only charges for fabrication and installation. He doesn't even charge for tear out and haul away. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So take all that into consideration, and he'll give you a price on the phone. He's proud of what he can do for you and the value he offers. artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 J-Now, an iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver.
I had a bunch of stuff this afternoon.
There's a lot of business that Wall Street stocks are
Oh,
tanking after
yeah.
trading as investors are worried about rising interest rates and also the higher input costs for
I don't book myself too heavy.
and buying a home just became more expensive. Mortgage rates are now averaging higher than 5% for the first time since February of 2011.
Wow, mortgage rates are up to 5%.
The Mortgage Bankers
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tom. With them creeping up, with rates creeping up like they are, you're seeing more inventory. It's just, it's cooling. It's not bad. It's still a good market, but you can see it cooling down a little bit. Yeah, because there's less buyers in the market. You know what I mean?
Well, the same buyers don't have the same buying power with the rates.
In the shop.
Yeah. So their price will
20 to 4 pieces. But here's the caveat.
Yeah, they said it was next door.
She's in line to pick up a pizza to go at Little Caesars. So it looks like Little Caesars is actually the short.
But what was the explanation from Little Caesars?
It wasn't from Little Caesars. The grocery store next door. It was a Kmart. The Kmart next door sold the lady a bunch of pizzas that were out of date. So she brought them back, and their freezer wasn't working, so they were hoping they could put them somewhere over there or something like that.
And that woman was the one who took the picture and accused him?
No, a different customer took it. You saw it too, then. Wasn't that funny as hell?
It was really funny, but man, see, that is where somebody in journalism or in the news should not even put it out there because it's a mistake.
It's all fake shit. You're absolutely right.
Even to put it out there and then to give the explanation is wrong.
Well, the only thing shocking about the article is Kmart's are still open. I was shocked there was a Kmart. I wasn't shocked they were selling out-of-date cars, but I was shocked there was still a Kmart. I don't think there's one in the state, is there?
You see, Sears just going bankrupt.
Get my car.
Yeah, we should have put my next meeting. We talked about it. Maybe I will get the other day. Talked about it. They own Kmart.
Who does?
Well, the worst
Sears. Actually, Kmart.
Sears is dying too.
Yeah, they're dying.
I think they just filed
Yeah, they just filed. They're going to be monkey wards.
Let's buy Sears stock.
Not now that they filed. The day after.
Down 28%.
No, it's like 16,000.
If we shorted it, we would
Look at what it is.
Go back, readjust.
It's always been that. 42 cents a share.
I lost all this for
It's a good time to gobble it up, Dan.
Will they ever come out of it?
It's been in the water.
Why would they? The whole bottle's there, don't you think?
I think
I think the one that'll go away soon too is Best Buy. I don't think Best Buy's long for these rides. I was thinking about that. Where would you go buy a new refrigerator?
Do you know you Best Buy was? I'm so glad.
Do you know what they started?
The only positive though,
no, what?
the bells.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
the bells.
LaBelle's. That's right.
Oh, LaBelle's. I've heard of that.
I was gonna have to replace that. I forgot about it.
And then they.
At least there's a positive.
You go to Costco, you go to Sam's, you go to Appliance Factory. You don't go to Best Buy to buy a refrigerator.
I go to Lowe's or Home Depot too.
Oh, I forgot about them. Lowe's, Home Depot.
Yeah.
Last time I was in Best Buy, I was looking for a car stereo. They don't even have anything in
Remember, what was that one that started in Colorado? A sound or something?
Soundtrack?
Soundtrack.
Circuit City.
No, we're sound something.
Soundtrack. Anything that breaks the wheels.
I got $3,000.
Tom Martino here, 303-703 Talk. Genesis Total
Exteriors, roof, gutter, siding, windows, doors, decks, fencing. Notice I start at the top, work my way down, and then out. That's Genesis. Basement refinish, kitchens, living rooms, additions, pop tops. You have them. That's what he does. He can do all your storm damage in one. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, Steve the Painter has a comment on the elk hunting lottery. Go ahead, Steve.
Tom, it's kind of simple if you're an elk hunter. Those preference points, the preference points, the way it was designed is, you know, let's say you have a really good hunting area and a lot of guys are applying for that area. Well, you get the preference point, and let's say the following year, and you apply for it, you hunted that area last year. Let's say I hunted it last year. I don't get a tag, but I get a preference point. So every other year or so, depending on how good the area is,
they're trying to spread the love.
Yeah, they're spreading it out. Because if you didn't have a preference point, then let's say one fellow applies for that area, and he'll get it every time, and then your next door neighbor never gets it.
What does a preference point get you? A better chance in the lottery, or what?
Yes, you get a better chance at it, especially if you have 2 to 3 preference points. You are almost guaranteed to get a tag. But to turn in the tag, because I did it 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Okay, but Steve, I mean, I appreciate it. Again, it's like speaking Greek to me, and I'm sure hunters everywhere care about that. But getting hurt, though, not being able to hunt, that it just, there's nothing they can do about it. It's amazing to me how many people, not just with this, but with health clubs and with buying cars and with, they think, and I'm not downing them for this. We'd like to believe that people give a damn, and they don't. And if there's a special circumstance that makes us ineligible or non-qualified, we think we can get out of stuff, and we can't. Hey, Wally, you wanted to talk about metal roofing in Cripple Creek. What was it on that call?
Well, let me make a comment regarding the hunting as a guy that's got 2 antelope in his truck right now from hunting yesterday.
All right.
The policy has always been you either keep your preference points and forfeit the money, or you get your money back. Now, what the other gentleman just said is true, but there are hunting areas in the state that are considered trophy units, and you might be applying for that for over 20 years before you accumulate enough points to get it.
Wow.
So when you apply, you get a first, second, third, and fourth choice. If you don't draw your first choice, you get a preference point. If you get your second, third, or fourth choice, you get to hunt those units, but you still get your preference point to apply towards the unit that you want.
I did not realize how difficult it is to hunt.
Oh, Jeff Vick has talked about this numerous times.
Yeah, Unit 10, which is out by Dinosaur, is a trophy unit in the state, and right now it takes about 23 preference points to get into that unit. So you would be applying for 23 years before you would get in there to hunt.
Well, let me ask you something, Wally. What about private acreage? Can you just, if you can get permission, can't you just go and do it?
Well, you still have to draw a tag.
You do? A regular tag, though, right? Or does it have to be a tag for that area?
It has to be a tag for that area.
Really?
And they have specific, yeah. And they have, like where I hunted yesterday, I had a tag specifically for private land only. And because I was on private land, I was allowed to have 2 tags as long as I had permission to hunt.
But wouldn't that suck if you got tags for a really good area, but the guy won't let you hunt?
Well, there's always public and private land, but they tell you in the book if a unit, like Unit 104, which is out where you live, Eastern Plains, they tell you this unit is almost all private land. Make sure you have access before you apply.
I see. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's amazing how many guys. Now, let's talk about your original thing here, the roofing. What did you have to say about that metal roofing?
Well, on the metal roofing, if they're doing a metal roof, that you have a machine that's on a trailer
to extrude.
It's just like running out gutters.
Right.
And if you have a metal roofer that does a lot of that, he's going to have that machine, and they're running them out to the specific length as they're installing them.
Oh, so they're not going to order custom roof.
Correct. And if they don't do a lot of metal roofing, there are a handful of companies in town that you pay them to come out with their machine, and they run it out for you for a fee.
Okay.
So the only thing that they're buying up front is the coil stock, because it's just like gutter coil stock.
Yeah, and that's not custom. That's not custom at all. I get the point, Wally. That's a good point.
You don't need to have a $16,000 deposit for that.
Okay, well said. Thank you. Appreciate it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Got to get to people who've been waiting a while. Penny, I'm sorry, Penny. What's going on, Penny?
Well, I have no heat.
You have no heat?
Yes, no, I don't.
Is it in your private home or an apartment?
It's in my private home. But for 40 years, Tom, my husband and I had done business with Bell Plumbing.
Well, Bell Plumbing isn't Bell Plumbing anymore.
Well, no, it isn't.
No.
It certainly isn't. But this year, in January, I had a tech to come out and do a toilet flapper in the bathroom.
Yeah.
$263.
$263 for a $4.99 flapper valve?
Less than $10. And I called Brian Stiles, and he never returned the call. And the two ladies there...
Well, then why do you bother dealing with them?
Well, because we've done business with them for almost 40 years.
Yeah, but they're not the same, Penny. It doesn't matter if everyone's died and gone to heaven. Then all you have are new people in there.
That's true. And then in February, they came out to do to take care of my furnace because the blower stopped. That was $2,500. $25.
But you keep doing it.
Well, yes. And then I got smart because I got stupid first.
Okay.
And then they came out to service my AC, and he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and then it caught on fire. And I didn't know until I talked to Mickey Pickle over there that he had installed a $600 hard kit on there.
Okay. We don't care about these details. What I do care about is this. Here's what I care about.
What I do care is I'd like to have heat.
Okay.
And the thing about it is they put a new motherboard on my furnace back in
don't
February.
use Bell Plumbing anymore.
I didn't know who to use, and that's why you and I are talking.
Good. Referralist.com. What you want to do, listen, you have a bunch of good companies. Now, I'm not going to tell you they're cheap. Some are more expensive. Some are more expensive than others. Some, I'm not going to, but I would go, yeah, they're all good. They're all good and honest. Listen, I'm going to tell you right up front. Here's what I would do. I would go to Fix It 24/7 or Plumline. We also have a number of others. Brothers has been on.
Apple Air.
Apple's been. Oh, yep. Todd, Terry. We have a number of great people. We have Quality First. Well, he does plumbing. But listen, you go on the referral list. And Time. We have a number of good people that have been with us for years. And Penny, really, referralist.com. I hate to make it that simple, but it is. And there's a reason Bell Plumbing is not on there.
I understand.
Okay.
When they came here in July, I stopped payment on their check.
Ooh, so you never paid him back?
So, no, and I'm sure, and then I got an email just here the last week, and they wanted to send a tech out to service my furnace, and I thought, my dead body.
No. You know, Penny, I'm appreciating you telling us about Bell because we've had other concerns, too, and people go by that name because it's been here forever, and you're not dealing with the same people.
I realize that it's changed.
Right.
But my question is, I need to find a furnace, but also, I didn't pay them for setting the AC unit on fire, and I went to the fire department down the street, and I asked them one question. Well, could that have potentially caught my house on fire? And there were two firemen that was there and said, yes, it could have.
Well, of course it could.
But then on the other hand, I don't know because I stopped payment on the check. Is there a lawsuit that they might get?
Well,
for that?
they might want to collect something from you. Yes. Yes, I mean, and you'll handle it like any collection. You'll say, I don't think it was worth it. I shouldn't have to pay. They're going to say you should. But before that happens, you're going to get notice, and they might summons you. But call us. I mean, it sounds to me like they're probably going to walk away. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law for copyrights and for patents and for patent searches and trademarks. He's a good guy. He'll keep you protected. And that's who we use at the Troubleshooter Network. And I recommend you use them if you have an idea. Instead of going to the internet to these lying, cheating rip-offs, these 1-800 numbers, and this money up front stuff, don't do it. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, 720-221-3708.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers.
They make such a thing. It's dangerous to put on.
She should call Bell.
Yeah.
I would ask you if he can donate to us a handicap operator for the tickets.
What does that mean?
Something that opens doors, car doors for handicap. So that's what he's going to ask.
What is it?
I didn't understand.
I don't know what that is. What did he call it?
A handicap operator.
Is it a person?
I wanted to ask that. Are you donating a person?
I mean, that one lady that works here, she's probably selling those fake passes she uses on her car.
Smack him.
Well, he's a little angry that he's not going to...
Sure. I'm telling you this, we need to trade out for whatever the hell this guy is traded.
no matter what it is.
We'll give a burger.
Why? Oh, you don't want to go.
No, I have no door.
Oh.
Well, so now you got over the barrel.
Five features listing, they go to the nice thing is you pop in the rotation of other people's listings, but you got to
Game on. Game on, Martino. All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to get more for our charity account, so why don't we tell Roy no unless he wants to get cash, and if that doesn't work, I'll throw it on Facebook today, and see if somebody on Facebook.
See what it is, though. I think we want to know what it is.
Big capacitor can blow.
He could be donating something really cool.
Yeah, but what happens if there's a shortage?
People leaving on the car and use that to get it.
Just to get it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
They left the emergency kit. I think it was probably. Okay, my daughter says she's ready.
Oh, maybe not for a car. There is these where you push the button and it opens the door for you. Oh, you got 4 minutes.
I know. What is it?
I don't care. I'll finish up. It's 4 minutes.
Okay, please. Just come over here.
Are all the spots done?
All the spots are done. Just come
I'll
get rid of it. That's the thing. Just
we'll get rid of some food fight.
I'll buy it.
Well, and the thing is, whenever
Mark, it seems a little sketch. You know when you go to the store and you can hit a button for the doors to open?
Yes.
He's got one of those. He goes, I don't want to give out the name because of the company I work for.
No,
is it brand new?
Okay, I'll buy it.
No, those are nice.
So you'll buy it. He gets the tickets. We get money for our what's your head talk.
I know, but they got to bring them on.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you what works for me, what hasn't.
Yeah.
And so you get a little bit of my trial and error. I always just feel hard not.
Whatever it is, I love it.
You have glasses. I would. It's shitty weather. You got to go there. It's a concert. It's
horrible.
It's like going. Here's what going to the Broncos on Sunday.
I'm
it's going to be crap.
I'm not going.
I know, but people pay.
You know, you can.
You want to hear?
No, you can do this on the door for quicker.
Okay. No, it looks like it's a nice. So it's a box on the inside.
Yeah, and you plug it on the rest. On my
I
truck,
know,
I actually.
I know. That'll be fun.
Really?
This sticks in my truck. I've got my door handle.
No, I think for older people do that because
we have our hands full.
Right. There you go. There.
They come. Yeah.
All right, 303. 713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man. You know, a lot of times we ask for screaming deals when we have guests in. I'm not sure what a realtor would give, though. I don't even have an idea. What would a scream? Can you give away a house? What can you do, man?
That might be a little tough, Mark. I'll say this, though. We will go to bat, and I personally negotiate every one of my listings. I personally negotiate them.
I know you do. I use Frank twice, actually. You saved me over $100,000 on that house we bought. Absolutely, no kidding. Those are true words. You know, what do people do, though? Most of the time, this drives me crazy. Everybody knows a relative. Everybody knows a neighbor that has become a realtor. Stephanie, you must go through this, too. Everybody's got a realtor in their family, it seems like. What they don't realize is how much money they're leaving on the table. Honestly, how often do you run into that? I sent Annie over to you. You know who she was going to use?
No.
You know, her I'm not even going to say, but one of her relatives. She had to go to her relative and say, no, I'm going to go with Frank Duran. Yeah. Mark said use Frank Duran.
It's interesting. I took a listing not too long ago. They had it listed with their uncle, and it sat on the market. I had taken over the listing at some point. I sold it quickly, got over the asking price, got more than they expected. So I think what it comes down to is the commitment of that individual agent.
What is the biggest thing when it comes to selling a house? What do you think, Stephanie? Is it actually making the house show well? And do people even do open houses anymore? Is that still a thing?
Sometimes you'll see open houses. It
I always say
it depends on location.
It's just so your neighbors can come in and see your stuff.
Absolutely. There's a lot of looky-loo neighbors at open houses, but you still do, get a little exposure that way. It all boils down to price and location, and in my opinion, presentation. So yes.
Do you show it? Is it better to show it empty? Is it better? Okay, take the house I sold in Castle Rock, Frank. Would I have been better off? Actually, that house probably showed pretty well. But a house like that, a Highlands Ranch house, something in Parker, your normal house, if you will, is it better to show it empty so people can start envisioning their own furniture, or do you want it furnished?
A property like that, I'd say you want furnished.
You do.
Now, some properties, it's better to do them vacant because it shows off the square footage better if there's not a lot of square footage.
Do you remember that one I sent you out to, North?
Which one?
The one you walked through and rats were running.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget that one, Mark?
Dan, he goes
I still have
out,
nightmares on that.
He goes out into the garage. They had, how many birds were out there, Frank, honestly?
Oh, my gosh, Mark. I don't know, but I'd tell you, I still wake up in cold sweats over that one.
He sent me the video. He goes, my God, you have no idea what happened. He sent me the video. It was crazy. Rats running around. We sent you out to help these people. They were about to lose their house. It was in the worst condition you could ever imagine. Then, what did they say about the basement? This cracked me up.
Well, I was stuttering and I was nervous, and I remember I was even sweating a little, and she says, but you know, let's go to the basement, but you're going to have to put a mask on because we have mold in the basement. And I said, you know, that's not, let's go step outside for just a second.
It was crazy. Hey, Roy's got an idea here. Roy, you want to give a handicap operator for tickets? What is a handicap operator?
That's a device to open your door for handicapped people. So
you mean like we'd see at Walmart, you hit the button and it opens?
Exactly.
This is going to work out, Mark.
Is it? Why?
Because Deputy Clint said he would buy that from Roy. We will use that money to put in
How
the
much is it worth?
account.
New $2,000 installed.
Installed? How much is just the product? Are you going to install it?
I'd say it's be worth, sure.
So, okay, how much is it new, though? When you buy it, how much is it?
About $2,000.
Just the part?
No, that would be installed.
Okay, how much?
It's worth by the unit by itself. I would say use about $500.
So what are you going to, you think that's about right? Clint, get on the mic there. Are you going to buy it? How much are you going to buy it for?
$200?
Sure, if it gets me tickets.
He just wants the tickets. You know what sucks is I was looking forward to going to this.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was dying. I was chomping at the bit, as they say, and now, okay, I think we can make this happen. Is it brand new, though?
No, it's used.
Well, okay, then where do you, Clint, are you sure you want to do this?
$100.
They're definitely worth it.
We're going to figure something out. Hold on.
If it's complete, I'll still pay $100.
All right, well, that's fair. We'll take that. Hold on a second. And then maybe this guy, Suzanne, maybe he can pay $50 for him. I don't know. See, whatever. It's up to you guys. All right, so listen, Frank Duran, the real estate man, Stephanie Thomas. Frank Duran, if you're selling a house anywhere, Denver Metro, 303-920-1622. It's very simple, very easy. How many things have you done for Tom? Numerous. 2, 3?
I'm going to say about 5 now.
Yeah, 5. He's done 2 things, two deals for me, 5 for Tom. He's the best out there. 303-920-1622. Stephanie Thomas, Colorado Springs area, 719-687-2052. Man, we got a lot done today. Hopefully, we've got some great updates tomorrow. And that's about it. Be careful out in this weather. It looks like it's getting cold. It looks like it's getting icy. We'll see you tomorrow!
I don't want him to install it. It's going down to Phoenix.
What's that? Did you put it in yourself?
No, it's going down to Phoenix with my son.
Oh, okay. I think call my friend.
But so we put it in. Yeah, that's no problem. I know. Thank you, Frank. Hey,
Frank, good seeing you as always.
They get some work.
I know, you're tough. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I get a little rusty because I haven't watched it in a long time.
You got to start watching, Frank.
What kind of sweater made their accountant